going on, everybody? Happy to be back. We have not live streamed in a week. Last Tuesday was the last time we live streamed together. So we are officially here. And I made a little funny video in celebration of the fact that we're back together. The dynamic duo.
On my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I fall, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. I used to feel like a rock, invincible, inside everything's impossible. Give me hope, give me strength, give me something, anything that I could believe in. I recall the day I woke up.
This old gag. Waka, waka, waka. Let me fix Julio. I'm always busy doing other stuff, and I forget to fix my buddy, Julio.
Julio's only low on the priority list, Eric. I'm very offended.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. It looked better before anyway.
So how are you doing, buddy? Everything good?
I'm doing great. I got to tell you, as a sports ball consumer, I am almost sports balled out.
Oh, really?
It was, let's see, about 12 hours of NFL on Sunday. Not to mention the World Series game Saturday night I watched. Last night, my Commanders game. Then that crazy 18-inning baseball game from last night was bananas. Tonight, it's Frozen Frenzy. Every single team in the NHL is playing.
Wow.
and the World Series game is on later. So
Sports ball is in full effect right now.
it is in full season.
But when it comes to like February, it's not much. Football. That's about it.
This is the sweet spot for sports ball fans because there's basketball, hockey, like the big four, baseball, football, all happening at once, which means I've just been sitting here staring at men that are very athletic for the past 3 days. Anyways, how have you been, Derek?
I'm doing okay. So my house sold. So
Fantastic.
yeah. So I'm in the process of packing stuff up and shrink wrapping stuff because I got to probably be out in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Because I want to try to start putting stuff in storage in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not waiting to the last minute and only having maybe a few things that I have to move. Furniture is going to be the biggest one. Boxes and crates and stuff, I can just put that in my car and just take it to storage.
Yep. You got any people down there to help you out?
Not really. I've got a neighbor that I was thinking about throwing him some cash and seeing if he can help me. So
it's a good idea.
I mean, because I'm like, I've got stuff, but I'm not a pack rat, so I don't have like an overabundance of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough that's gonna fill a truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you might not want to do this, but do you have any Home Depots nearby? You can rent a U-Haul, I'm not kidding. Swing by, get some day labor. They'll fucking work their ass off.
Are they going to be there now that they're...
Well, I mean, don't wear that shirt when you go to get day labor. Wear like a cholo outfit, like a bandana or something.
A hat or something.
¿Qué pasó? Ese?
Maybe.
Quiere trabajo.
I'll put it under advisement.
Just saying. It's an option.
Okay, so I wanted to keep this stream. This is going to be the Halloween stream. And I know we're not all dressed up and all this other crazy stuff. But I have a lot of paranormal experiences.
Okay.
Regardless if I want them or not, they happen. And I don't know how much you're into that type of stuff. Where to kind of, okay, so I've always believed in a higher power, but I've always had questions. I literally almost died as a child, and then I had a mother that died when I was 14 of cancer. So when I was probably about 17, I was probably 17 or 18, and we were walking around the Spree in Livonia, Michigan. And the Spree is like a yearly carnival, and then at the end they have fireworks. It's because it's right close to the 4th of July. Like they start at the end of June and go and roll into the 4th of July. And I had this lady that did palm readings, or she did some palm readings or something. And I'm walking by and we're just kind of looking around, and she just kind of comes up to me, and then she's like looking at me, and she's like, if you want to know anything, here's my card. Like, I'm not trying to be a creep, but if you want to know stuff, here's my card. Call me. And I'm just like, okay, weird lady. Because I'm like 17 or 18 years old.
Yeah, that's a little spooky.
I'm like, okay, weird lady. I'll take it under advisement. Never going to call, ever.
No.
So, I started having paranormal experiences because I was having a lot of mental, not a mental breakdown, but kind of a mental breakdown. I was having a lot of mental problems because I was dealing with a lot of crap because of when I was a child.
Sure.
And a lot of hate, a lot of resentment. And I started having more and more, like, I couldn't control my emotions. So fast forward, moving to California. And I hooked into this whole craze. I want to say 2010, 2011 with the ghost hunting.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, that looks kind of fun. I want to go and do a couple of ghost hunts with people. I think it's fun.
Who's that guy? Was it Zach Baggins? Was like the big guy in that? Ghost
Zach
Hunters?
Baggins, and then the Ghost Hunters on Sci-Fi Channel and all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, it looks fun. I don't know if I believe. I've felt ghosts and I've seen ghosts in like in the corner of my eye or something where it's like, what's going on over there?
Wow.
But it was like one of those things where it's like you can't put your finger on it, and if you talk about it, people are gonna be like, you crazy. You messed up and crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm gonna monetize it and I'm gonna talk about this stuff on stream.
Good.
And we'll do it for our Halloween episode. So people can be like, what the hell?
Well, this will be like my stance on the paranormal is it doesn't exist. And my stance on a higher power, as you know, is I don't feel it exists. So I am like the opposite. It's like
Okay.
yin and yang here. So I'm interested. On the other hand, when I talk to people that I trust, like you, and they tell me their stories, I believe it.
Okay.
Because why would you lie about it? Really?
Yeah.
To me?
Again, why would you want to be? Why would you want to be persecuted by somebody saying you're a freaking nut job? Like, why would you put yourself out that way?
Yep. I will say I had one really small, weird story where one of the palm readers or one of those people, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, first wife, went into one of them carnivals and the woman said, you're going to have 3 girls and a boy with the man you're dating. And she came back and told me, I'm like, that bitch is fucking trifling. I don't know. What are you talking about?
What did you have?
3 girls and a boy. So
that was a thing.
It was something I did think about. I'm like, that's a hell of a guess. Because I did chalk it up as just a guess.
Yeah.
But that's a heck of a guess. So
it is.
I don't know.
To see unborn people around you. So I started doing this ghost hunting thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we went to a couple really haunted places. And I've got some videos I'm going to pull up. And
cool.
I've been to some of these places.
All right.
I'm not in the videos, but I've been to some of the places that are in the videos. So I was like, I brought them up so that we could get some context of what I'm talking about. So we went to the Queen Mary. And the Queen Mary in Long Beach, California, is basically, it was used as a sort of like kind of like the Titanic. It was kind of a smaller version of the Titanic way later. It wasn't around the Titanic era, but it was sort of like after the Titanic. Mm-hmm. And it was considered a cruise ship for like the high-end people. And it's super nice. But during the war, they converted it over to not a warship, but it was a ship that basically picked up the wounded and the dead to bring them back to the United States because they wanted to give them a proper burial.
So like a transport ship. Almost.
So they basically created the Queen Mary and made it into a transport, which makes this place haunted as a mofo. So I've been into one of the most haunted places is down in the basement of the Queen Mary where the high-end swimming pool is. I've heard literal voices talking, like literal voices talking when we're standing there and making a conversation with somebody that doesn't exist.
But what?
Yes. It was a little girl, a little boy that was having a full-blown conversation with us, and there was about 4 or 5 of us adults standing there.
Oh, and you all of you heard it?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes.
You sure it wasn't some carny up in the
no. I checked that shit because I'm like, again, I don't want people to be like, the fuck is going on with you, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on?
Who cares? Let them think what they want.
I literally heard voices of a child talking to us in the pool of the Queen Mary.
That's crazy.
We went to Linda Vista Hospital, which is another one, which was a psych ward. They did all kinds of crazy stuff in Buena Vista, California. Mm-hmm. And they were trying to convince people not to come there to do ghost stuff, but we threw the security guard money and he let us in. Yes. I literally was standing there with a flashlight and we're all just kind of checking out, and I literally had something literally scratch my arm. Literally just like touch my arm and scratch it. And I was literally just scratched. I pulled my arm up and it wasn't like a severe scratch, but you could tell that something literally was pushing on me. That literally made like a red mark on my arm.
That's some spooky shit. See,
yeah.
I think one of the reasons I've never experienced anything like that is because I'm too scared to do things like that. If somebody goes, hey, you want to go on the Queen Mary? You know, it transported like thousands of dead people, and they say it's haunted. Like, no.
No. You want some of this, punk? No.
No, I'll have to pass on that.
So I've had plenty of experiences, and
so So wait, hold. I'm sorry,
Sure.
Derek, but what did these little ghost kids say? Were they talking about anything in particular?
Not really. They were just kind of talking like little kid things, like I'm over here playing with a ball or something like that, where it's like very little kiddish conversation, and that was the weirdest thing.
And were you all freaked out? Was everybody freaked out?
One or two of the people had already been there before and experienced it before. So when it was happening, I'm literally looking at the people I went with like what is happening right now? Like I literally hear a person that doesn't exist. Like what is happening right now?
But
so I was
some of these people were just used to it. Like
some of the people they were been doing ghost stuff since they were forever.
Oh, okay.
Before it was popular.
I don't know that I'd ever get used to that, but I guess you do.
Yeah. So I talked to a friend of mine that I had met through doing this whole ghost adventures, and she was a pretty badass empath.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks about like chakras, and you have to open and close chakras because like I would walk into a room and I'm like a beacon to these things because I'm what they call an empath. So I can feel like emotions. Have you ever walked into a room where there was just a huge fight and people are screaming and yelling at each other, and you walk in a room like, whoa, what happened in here? Like, what is going on? Have you ever had those type of experiences?
Sure. Actually, that happened often on my shift when I managed a dive bar. Walk in and go, what the fuck?
It's almost like the reverberation. It's something that's just like, whoa, it don't feel right.
There have been, to be honest, I've never walked into a room and felt that.
Yeah.
But I have encountered people that just giving off some sort of energy that I'm like, this is not
They
good.
rub you the wrong way, basically.
Immediately know this person's like bad news. And I don't know if that's a smaller version of what you've experienced, but maybe it is. People give off energy, I guess.
That's the type of emotion and that's the type of thing that I feel with somebody that's not there. I went to a hangout one time with just people just kind of hanging out. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what? Like, who is like sad? Like, who is super sad right now? And nobody said anything. And they just kind of looked at me like, what the hell? Because I could feel somebody's emotion and how sad that they were. And I was like, somebody needs to like talk to somebody because this is messed up.
Well, how do you feel about having that? I don't want to call it a power, but that like, does it bother you? Is it annoying?
It's kind of annoying a little bit. It's a blessing and a curse. So, I had a couple of experiences here lately. I was sitting at the desk working, and I was having one of those days where it's like not down, but my energy level was kind of down a little bit, and I'm just working at the grind for making my calls and stuff.
Sure.
And I look over. And the door is right here, and when the door's open, I have a straight shot to my kitchen. I saw gray smoke above my sink, like it was literally a gray cloud that was over my sink, and I was just like, I'm gonna go back to work. I literally saw it.
You didn't tell the buyers of your house all this, did you?
No.
Good idea. Don't say that.
And then I had an experience when I lived over probably about 20 minutes from where I am. And then I just had another one the other day where I was sleeping on the couch and somebody walked up to me and said, "Get up!" and screamed it at me as I was sleeping. I could hear the person yelling at me and there's nobody there. Like, get up!
You sure it wasn't the end of a dream? You were like kind of just waking up and no?
Because I woke up like, the hell was that? So something was here just saying, get up.
I'd freak the fuck out
up
if I experienced that on a regular basis.
Yeah. I haven't in Georgia, I haven't felt as much as I did in California though. California's crazy because they didn't have a proper way. Because it was owned by the Spanish, it was owned by the French, it was owned by everybody and their brother. Mexico.
Sure.
They didn't have proper burial techniques in California. So there's a lot of places where there are thousands of people buried. They just pulled the burial cards for the people because they didn't know because you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of years, and they don't have next of kin. They don't know who's buried there. So they'll put a plaque up saying the lives of 5,000 people are right here, and it's a park. It's the weirdest thing.
So how do you square? I know you're a man of faith, Christian, but all this paranormal shit, I always thought Christians thought that was like some demon shit.
There are some messed up stuff here.
Okay.
But I mean, if you look in the Bible, the ghost is like in the Bible like 500 and some times. I can even look it up and tell you exactly how many times ghost is in. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
ghost
that.
or spirit is in the Bible. How many times is ghost or
like the-
spirit in the Bible?
The book of Casper.
1,611 times, either the ghost or spirit.
Spirit makes sense because isn't that the Holy Trinity bit? Like the
Holy Ghost, Holy
isn't that
Spirit.
what- yeah. All right, that makes sense then. Okay.
Um,
So does it make you uncomfortable when you experience this shit, or are you just kind of used to it now?
it freaked me out when it first started happening.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because this woman that I met when I was doing my whole ghost hunting thing, she had taught me how to control it a little bit. Because I had things constantly bothering me. Constantly. And, okay, so that's the messed up part. I got more messed up stuff, okay?
Okay.
So when my dad was getting remarried to Laura, my stepmom. This was probably about 2 years after my mom passed away. And my stepmom was never married before. She had some boyfriends, but she was never married before she was married to my dad.
Okay.
And she went to lunch because she was an accountant for her dad's engineering company. So she was an accountant for him. And she went to lunch. She came back and she's like, there's somebody sitting at your desk waiting for you. And Laura's just like, I'm not expecting anybody. So she walks into her desk and she's sitting there and she's like, oh, hi, how are you? And she introduced herself and she's literally sitting there talking to somebody. And then she's like, yeah, this lady was real nice. And then she just kind of said, make sure you take care of my boys. And then she walked away. And about 2 weeks after that, I showed a picture of what my mom looked like. And she's like, that was your mom that was sitting at my desk. And she's like, Derek, I would not lie to you.
Holy shit.
Yes. She's like, I would not lie to you. It was literally your mom basically giving her blessing sitting at my desk. Yes.
Didn't that fuck you up though? I mean, that to me, I don't
That kind
know.
of fucked me up a little bit.
Yeah, that seems
Well,
like
'cause
something
I've always
weird
had-
to tell you.
Because the ability to, I've always kind of felt family around me. So I've always had an idea that my mom was hanging around. I have aunts and uncles over the years have passed that kind of hang around. And when I met this lady that helped me kind of control it, she kind of told me what's following me around, who's following me around. She's like, do you want to know this stuff? Because it's like, the more that you know what's going on. And she's like, and I'm not trying to freak you out. I just want you to know what exactly that you're looking at here.
And how old were you at this point?
33, 34?
Okay. All right. So
Because this was in California.
all right. So it was like 10, a little over a decade ago, right?
Yeah.
15 years ago, right? Because you're 10 years younger than me, I think. 40.
Yeah. 48 to be 49 in January.
Okay. 9 years younger. Yeah.
Okay, so she educated me on what was going on and how to basically kind of tone everything down and turn everything off so that it don't drive me insane. So since then, it's sort of been under control, even though I do have different experiences here and there, but it's not like it was before. It was so in your face. And when I had an EVP that I was listening to, because we went ghost hunting, and EVP is sort of like listening to audio to try to figure out if there's any kind of like. And I'm listening to EVPs, and something came to my apartment because it heard it because of the voice in my EVP. So it was literally like right next to me because of the EVP that I was listening to. And I called this girl and I was like, there's something literally here. I had a piece of paper on my desk that literally hovered off my desk for a good foot off my desk.
Wait, whoa.
Yes.
What?
Yes. And I called my friend.
Ooh, like that?
Yes. I'm literally sitting at a desk like this, and there's a piece of paper fluttering in the air like. Boo, 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 boo.
And you didn't run the fuck out of the house?
Oh, I called my friend immediately. What the hell? I'm going crazy. What the hell is going on now?
I would be the blackest person on the planet if that shit happened to me. You know, in the horror movies.
Oh yeah,
white people are like, "Ooh, let's investigate this," and the brothers are like, "I'm fucking out of here. Goodbye." I'd be right behind them.
So I called my friend, and then she came over. She's like, "Yeah, it's because you were listening to EVPs. Don't do that because you keep bringing them back." And I was like, "Interesting. I didn't realize that was a case." And she's like, "Yeah."
So she said that if you use this contraption that detects these communications, it will bring them to you.
Yes.
It's like a magnet of some sort.
Yeah. Because the person had seen me where we investigated at, so they was some sort of like, well, I like this person. Like I said, it's almost like a beacon to them where it's like they're attracted to me because they're like, this person can see me. This person can hear me. This person can do whatever. You know what I mean? So I literally watched this thing off the thing, and I immediately was like, I'm going freaking crazy. Like, what the heck is going on?
That is wild. So, do you think that you have to be a type of person for these things to happen around you? Like, do you think
I think it's because I've had
you?
multiple near-death experiences that's opened it up. Because I almost died in a fire. I almost died of cancer, and then I had a mom pass away when I was 14. And what little kid, 12-year-old kid, watches their parent like slowly dying?
So you've had a lot of experience with, I mean, I don't mean to say it, but with death and near death and that sort of thing. And so you think that attracts?
I think it somehow opened me up to something because of the experiences. And like I said, and we've talked about this many times, there's a difference between self-inflicted stuff people do to each other, to somebody, and something that you chose. Like, you didn't choose to have cancer. You didn't choose to do this, that, or the other thing. You know what I mean? So there's a huge difference between somebody that does their own downfall and there's stuff that's just happens. Yeah. Life happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've had a lot of stuff where it was life happening, not me being a shithead and just completely just a melting down. You know what I mean? Or driving drunk or whatever. You know what I mean?
Believe me. I got you. I mean, it's I had panic attacks for 10 years.
Okay.
Like driving off the road, panic attacks, like thinking you're having a heart attack when you're driving, swerving. Very scary shit to deal with.
What brought them on? Was it just all of a sudden you start getting freaked out, or was there something that kind of brought it on?
My shrink that I saw, the one that had me write her porn, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
She was great. But she thought it came from, so I grew up with a mom. My dad wasn't around, but my dad would often say he was going to come visit, right? Which 7-8-year-old me would get all excited about because my friends had dads and I didn't. Yeah. And then he would back out at the last minute. And so,
and he was a military guy, right?
Yeah, he was in the Air Force, but he Vietnam 3 tours. He had
did he have real bad PTSD?
Yeah, he was. When I finally kind of reconciled with him and we spent some time together when I was older, I did ask him about that because as a son, that's what you do. You ask your dad about what they did, and
don't want to talk about it.
He got weird, and so I'm like,
yeah, he'd seen some stuff that he can't get over.
Right, but what my shrink said at the time, my hot blonde Cuban Italian shrink, was that she thought that I was conditioned to always think the worst was going to happen. Because as an 8-year-old, I would be excited about something and it would never happen. It was like Lucy pulling the ball away from Charlie Brown.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And so everything, and I'm still like this a little bit. I always look forward to I always look ahead to things, and I always think the worst is going to happen.
Okay.
Which makes me
very pessimistic.
I think it's more fear to the point where I don't want to engage it then. And that's caused some problems in my life because I keep procrastinating stuff nonstop because I don't want to deal with. But anyway, so I forgot where I was going with that. But that's what my shrink thought brought on the panic attacks. Now they stopped when my first wife and I broke up oddly enough. So when she was out of my life, I stopped having
Interesting.
panic attacks. Yeah. I thought
Did
that
you
was
tell her
interesting too. No, I didn't. I might tell her that when I'm driving back from Thanksgiving with her
Oh,
in
okay.
a month. No, I won't say.
That's a nice conversation piece.
No. But it was I don't know. It was anyway, that's I don't know, a little sharing from me.
Yeah.
I've suffered from this is gonna be a woe is me, but like anxiety, depression my entire life.
Okay.
Not that this had anything to do with spooky paranormal stories, but
Yeah. But sometimes it brings that on. I mean, yeah. So that was sort of kind of the gist of it. And there's more. So when this lady had educated me what's following me, she cleared the room when I saw the piece of paper fluttering, and she came over and she's like, I cleared the room. It's not here anymore. But there is something that's here, and I don't want to freak you out. And I was like, what's that? And she's like, your mom's standing right there. And she was literally standing at the door. So my mom follows me around. I don't know.
Did you see her? Like,
no,
visage?
I could feel her. I could feel her like somebody was there. But I couldn't see her. And then she's like, there's also an Indian woman that follows you around sometimes. And I was like, that's strange. I have a relative like 5 or 6 grandfathers ago that lied saying he was Indian to try to get like money.
You're talking like feather Indian,
like Native American.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then okay, so yeah, have you ever heard of like spirit guides?
Oh, sure.
Okay, so she told me what my spirit guide is and who my spirit guide is. So I don't want to get too into the weeds with it. But I also have what they spirit guide that watches and follows me around.
Is it a person or an animal? Because I thought the Indians had like, the bear spirit and shit like that, and they were.
It's a person.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a 7 foot tall person. Massive.
Patrick Ewing is your spirit guide.
Patrick Ewing is my spirit guide.
Oh, I'm sorry. I let the cat out of the bag. My bad. I'm sorry.
So I was just like, when she told me all this stuff, I'm like, this is a lot to take in. I don't know. I literally think I'm going freaking crazy.
That is a lot to take in.
Yes, it is.
I don't know why she would tell you that, but I guess, well, I mean, if you had her over to fix your shit, she might as well spill beans.
Well, she warned me. She's like, look, this is a lot, and there's a lot to deal with.
I'll say.
And I was like, I'd rather know I'd rather know and then be able to manage things as opposed to not knowing, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, even though at some point I think I'm crazy, at least I have an idea of who, what, when, why, and the whole thing. You know what I mean? So
all right. So okay, I'm going to be a cynic for a moment, if I could,
right.
if you don't mind. All right. So let's say somebody came in and visited me in my apartment, like that woman, like somebody like that.
Yeah.
If they told me I had some sort of spirit guide and it was my father, I probably would feel good that my father was watching over me, but I don't think I believe it. So
it's hard to take in.
I would want to believe it.
Yeah, it's family. Of course you want to believe it. You know what I mean? It's a loved one. Absolutely.
Yep.
So it was a lot to take in when all I wanted to do was just investigate ghosts like I saw on TV. I wanted to do something different. Well, I got something different.
Well, what's the old saying? When you stare into the abyss stares right back at you. So,
that happened.
Which is my point. Like Queen Mary, no thanks. Not doing that. I'll pass on that. If there's ghosts, I would like to keep as far away from them as I possibly can.
And I had another experience on the Queen Mary when it was just I was working on the Queen Mary. I was working on this ultimate parkour challenge for MTV. And they were on the Queen Mary, like parkouring throughout like the deck of the Queen Mary and stuff.
That's cool.
And I'm standing there like locking down, make sure something's not walking through the door and into the shot and stuff. And I sort of like in the purview saw like an old man wearing like blue pants and sort of like an old man like button up shirt kind of walk by me. And I just kind of was just like, I didn't really pay too much attention of it, but I kind of saw it like out of the corner of my eyes. And he kind of like walked this way and kind of went this way. And I was like, something don't seem right. I walked over, opened the door, and it was a closet. That this person literally just walked by me. and it was an older man, probably in his 70s or 80s, wearing blue, like old man, like
Yeah.
blue
Yeah, like,
slacks,
yeah, just an old guy, an old
in a
ghost.
sweater.
Well, I would imagine if any place on the planet would be haunted, the Queen Mary would be at the top of the list, considering what it was converted into for World War II. Like,
Because I never even thought about it, because I would have thought of the person be wearing like time appropriate gear if I'd seen somebody. But no, it's sort of like an old person with slacks. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird.
So he was like wearing like your time appropriate stuff.
Yeah.
Like he went and went to Kohl's.
Yeah, it was like a sweater and some slacks. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like,
Maybe they got Kohl's in the whatever the
he couldn't wear a
afterlife.
cool hat or anything like that.
Was he wearing a Lakers jersey? Like a
No, he was
Kobe jersey? No. That would have been a giveaway.
So yeah, it's definitely stuff that I've learned to control it over the years, and I know what I'm dealing with now than I did 10 years ago when it was all happening. So it's definitely a blessing and a curse. It was a curse when I first found out what was going on, that lady when I was 17 or 18 was trying to explain to me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, get away from me, creep. You know what I mean?
I ain't having this.
I ain't having this. Well, I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a blessing and a curse. So
I had a weird experience that just came to my mind. It's not quite as interesting as yours, but when I was working at a dive bar, it was 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock, right? And we're closing up. And I was outside emptying ashtrays and whatnot. And a woman came out of the parking lot. She was like 40 something. I was about 39, 40. And I'd never seen her before. And she walked up to me and she goes, Michael? And I go, yeah. She goes, you're an angel. You know that? I'm like, what?
excuse me?
She goes, I can tell by your eyes. You're Michael. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm Michael. But I don't have wings. She goes, you heal people. And I was like, okay. So I went back into the bar and I asked a couple
Was
of my
she on
buddies.
drugs or something?
She was a little off. I will say that. And I said, do you know this woman? They're like, we've never seen her ever. I'm like, okay. So that freaked me out. So I did what I do when things like that happen to me, and I wrote a song about it and stuff. And
You had
then
a paranormal experience, something that was like odd.
it was weird because everybody,
Yeah.
I asked other people, I took a picture of her and I asked the other people that worked at the bar, I'm like, have you ever seen this person? They're like, no, nope. Here's where the paranormal activity stopped. So my boss who owned the bar, his name was Steve. He's like, bring her in. I'm like, okay. So we used to do some after hours shenanigans at the bar. You know,
Okay.
you're done cleaning up, and then you sit around, smoke cigarettes, have drinks with whatever, some choice customers and people that work there. So anyway, the end of the story is she wound up back in the walk-in fridge, gave my boss a blowjob. So there you go. There's my paranormal story. She literally thought I was the Archangel Michael, and then she blew my boss.
She had to have been on something. She had to have been.
Yeah, my boss wasn't very good looking. I agree. She should have blown me. I'm like, I'm the fucking Archangel Michael, motherfucker. Would you suck
She
my
was afraid
dick?
of you.
Yeah. No, she wasn't. It was weird. It was like a matter of fact she was telling me. And it was really weird. And I met weird people in that bar. She may be the weirdest. So there you go. I mean,
Wow.
it was a compliment at least. I'm like, well, that's a nice thing that people would think you were. The Archangel
Interesting.
Michael. I mean, he's kind of a badass. So sure.
Yeah, he is kind of a badass.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I've got about 5 videos that we're going to comment on and stuff.
Okay.
So, but what we're going to do first is we're going to stump the Julio. Are you ready?
Oh, this ought to be easy. All right. Let me put on my long.
Live from YouTube, it's Stump Julio. Live from... All right.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I've got 10 questions, and these are going to be Halloween horror movie questions.
Okay.
They're mainstream, so there's nothing that's like not like I've never heard of that before. You know
I'll
what
do
I mean?
my best. Yep. A little out of my
Okay.
wheelhouse, but I am familiar with the mainstream stuff.
Okay, so first one. What is the name of Nev Campbell's character in Scream?
I don't know.
Sidney Prescott.
So I get a big That's a 0 for 1 for me so far. I'll keep score over here.
You've never seen Scream?
I've heard of it. I know who Neve
Oh.
Campbell is.
Okay. Back in the day, she was hot. My
Oh, yeah.
God.
There was that scene where she made out with Denise Richards in some movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's top tier.
It is top tier. What is the name of the possessed young girl in The Exorcist?
Oh no. Okay. Help me out here. So that's Linda Blair's in that, right? Isn't she one of the actresses in there?
Yeah.
She's not the girl, though.
Yeah, no, it is the possessed girl, young girl. I think that was Linda Blair.
Can I get a half point if I get the actress? Because I don't know the character name.
Okay, you get a half point. Reagan.
Reagan.
I was gonna say a president.
Oh, yeah, you should give me hints. That's good. Because if I don't know that, I'm not going to know a lot of these, but let's see.
In what state did the Blair Witch Project take place?
That's Maryland.
Hey, ding ding ding! You got it.
Burkittsville.
I need a little ding ding ding. Let's see here.
You did a good job with the ding. Oh, even better. All right, I got one. I'm on a roll. Let's go.
Okay. Let's see here. In The Ring, how long do people have to live after watching the videotape?
I'm going to take a guess. 7 days.
Ding, ding, ding!
Nice.
You got it.
Thank you.
You got 2.5 right now.
2.5 out of 4. That's way better than I thought I'd be at this point.
What year was the first Saw movie released?
How about 1997?
No, 2004.
Ah, damn it. Do you
That
have
was a hard one.
Do you have a strike? No.
No. I'll have to get one though.
All right, so 2.5 out of 5. I'll take it.
In what city did Rosemary's Baby take place?
Salem, Massachusetts?
No, New York City.
Ah, all right, 2.5 out of 6. I didn't think I'd get 1, so I'm actually happy so far.
In Halloween, Mike Myers, as a child, kills his teenage sister. What was her name?
Oh, we'll stick with Linda.
No, Judith.
Damn it.
Which author of scary books holds the record for the most book-to-movie adaptations in horror genre?
I would assume that's Stephen King. 3.5, baby.
What is the name of the hotel Jack Torrance is hired to take care of in The Shining?
I just watched this like a month and a half ago. I never caught the name of the hotel, though. I don't know
no?
that one. No.
The Overlook Hotel.
God damn it. Now that you said it, I knew it. Oh, well.
Who played Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street?
I think that's Robert Englund. Okay.
All right, this is gonna be a tough one. You ready?
The other ones were tough, but okay.
Where was it? What year was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre released?
1982.
Nope, 1974.
Ah.
And I think that might be this is the last one. I think.
All right.
Who plays Norman Bates in the 1960s Psycho?
And it's Anthony Perkins. Okay. All right.
Not bad.
Not bad. I got 5.5 points out of how many questions was that?
It's
12?
like 10 or 11, something like that. 10, 11, 12.
That is far better than I thought I would do. So I'm happy. I'm good.
So yeah, I like the Stump Julio segment. This is good.
I like it too.
And I'm gonna change it up. Sometimes it'll be trivia. Sometimes it'll be like watching something and seeing like what's messed up with it. So I'll change it up so it's not like the same thing.
As long as the end, you should always steer towards making me look like a dope. That should be the bit.
Of course, we're gonna do music, which you're gonna probably rule at that one.
Well, I'll do good on that one.
So yeah, that's our Stump Julio.
Do Stump Dan.
Live from YouTube, it's Stump Julio. Not bad at all.
I'll take it.
That flowed a lot better than that first one we did, because that first one it was like, how do I do it? Like, so it's all about the bumper.
Yeah, I like the trivia questions. If you could share the questions on the screen, that would be cool too. But
I don't have to figure out how to do that.
Just an idea.
Because we have that bracket thing, but the bracket thing doesn't do trivia questions. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, you're probably right. That was fun.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Stump Julio.
Okay, so we're gonna go into. All right, let's see here.
Well, before we do that, can we? Let's see. Are we streaming on Thursday, Derek?
If you're down for it, yeah, we'll do it Thursday.
Can we do 7 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah.
All right, let's do 7 p.m. Eastern Tuesday or Thursday, and then our normal time Sunday, which is also.
So yeah, 7 is gonna, or Thursday is just gonna be new stuff and topical stuff.
Yeah.
And then Sunday will be a deep dive. I got to figure out what we're gonna do as far as deep dive.
Sounds good.
So, okay, so let me share the first video. Okay, so this is Linda Vista Hospital. This place is the place that we had paid to go into. Mm-hmm. And this place has got a little creepiness to it.
Creepiness?
Creepiness to it. Okay,
Spoopy.
The Vista Community Hospital may no longer be open to paranormal investigators, but its rich history makes this a location that is still worth talking about. The original hospital was called the Santa Fe Coastlines Hospital. It opened its doors in the fall of 1905 to cater specifically to the employees of the Santa Fe Railroad. The site had its own cows, chickens, and garden to provide the freshest milk, poultry, butter, eggs, and vegetables to its patients. The hospital was so successful that it began expanding. In 1938, the main building was replaced by the structure we see today, and the hospital's name changed to Linda Vista Community Hospital. By the late 1970s, more and more railroad workers started using more conventional medical insurance policies. That, plus the monetary decline of the area around the hospital, caused it to be financially affected. So in 1989...
So Boyle Heights is where this is. Boyle Heights, California, which is a suburb of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And the park that's across the street is known for drug dealers hanging out. It's not exactly the greatest neighborhood. It's not terrible. I never had a problem the few times that we were there. But it's one of those places where you don't want to just kind of hang out and be like, what you guys up to? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you never had a problem there, but if you heard somebody had a problem there, it wouldn't surprise you.
Correct.
That looks spooky as shit, that picture on the lower right with all the busted out windows.
Yeah, it does.
The Santa Fe Railroad sold the 150-room hospital to American Healthcare Management. It was reported that Linda Vista was forced to reduce operational expenses, and this led to a decline in the quality.
Yeah, I've been to all these little spots right here. Creepy, dude.
Is that
especially in the dark?
That room looks fucking creepy as fuck with the dental chair.
Yeah. There's another one, and they'll probably show it where there's big places where they store dead bodies at, where they kind of put it in like a storage thing.
Oh, like oh, that's no good. I mean, real dentist offices are scary enough to me, let alone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Care given to its
I have a phobia for dentists. I can't stand them. I hate them.
I hear you. Me too.
Patients. As the hospital cut costs, staff and management began transferring to other hospitals. During the 70s and 80s, crime rose dramatically in the area, and the hospital primarily treated victims of gang-related violence. Since these patients were either underinsured or uninsured altogether, Linda Vista was hemorrhaging money and losing lives. system mismanagement, and public criticism that was noted through an LA Times article in 1988.
I mean, just in the daylight, it's creepy as hell. Could you imagine walking around that night?
Is that a hospital bed on the top left picture?
Yeah.
That's fucking. It looks like a video game level.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or environment. Yeah.
The Last of Us, the first Last of Us game, where you at the end where you grab Ellie.
Yeah.
And save her. It looks exactly like Linda Vista Hospital. It's creepy.
Either that, or it also looks like something from like one of the Fallout games, like Fallout 4 or Fallout 3. Like
for sure.
Dilapidated, bombed out hospital.
And I'm sure there's people came in there, and I mean, there's paranormal investigators that used to go in there, and then I'm sure there was some horror movies or something that was shot there, but it still got the creepiest vibe.
Forced the hospital to close its emergency department in 1989. The financial problems as well as the quality of care continued to decline, and the Linda Vista Community Hospital had to cease operations in 1991. But as the hospital is in LA, the film and TV industry became involved with the property.
Right there, that's where they keep the dead people at.
Morgue.
This freaking morgue has the creepiest vibe to it, dude.
What do? They put the bodies probably up on that table there.
Yeah,
like
that's where they embalm
autopsies
them and all
shit?
kinds. Yeah, autopsies, and then they stick them in there. Kind of it's like a cooler.
1987 to 2015,
Fuck that.
11 movies ranging from Born in East LA to Insidious 3, 4 TV shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Criminal Minds, and 3 music videos like Duran Duran and Hollywood Undead, all filmed at Linda Vista. In January of 2006, the hospital was placed on the National Register of Historic Places. In 2011, the 4.2-acre property was purchased by Amcal Multi-Housing Incorporated. The main hospital and the nurses' dormitory were remodeled and became Hallenbeck Terrace in 2015.
Nope.
What was once a 150-room hospital became a fixed-income senior complex with 97 apartments.
They didn't make it better. Now you got old people rocking in there.
I know it's like they upgraded the sign, but the whole place, it just looks creepy as fuck. And actually,
Yeah,
I
it
would
does.
say it looks creepy even if I didn't see what it looked like when it was all dilapidated.
Yeah.
That's just a creepy looking building.
Uh huh.
Nope.
Yep.
Not going in there. No.
No, I've been there twice.
and a medical facility. Now that the doors of this location are
When I went there, that's what it looked like right there.
That looks fucked up
close to
too, but here you
outsider.
go. I'll tell you what, that the apartment complex that they just showed looks creepier than that.
You think so?
I thought so, because it was almost like it had a
Inviting, like we're inviting you.
yes, that's
to some
it.
shit.
You know what? I couldn't think of what I was thinking. You just thought of what I was thinking. That's perfect. It's like, hey, everything's good. Come on in. Like, no, hold up, something ain't right.
At least you know what you're getting into if you're looking at this, right?
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
we have to wonder, are the guests of Hollenbeck Terrace able to live out their days in peace? Or are the former patients of Linda Vista Hospital their unwanted roommates?
All right, Derek. So I have to ask you a question about your movie making career, right? So I know you are all gung ho about doing like a historical movie, and you said you've already got the outline written and stuff.
Yeah.
You just told me some shit about a half an hour ago that would make a good movie. Paper flying up in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably
I would have to figure out a different. I'd have to figure out an angle because if you make something like that, it's like, well, it's paranormal activity.
It would.
It's like,
Okay.
it's real activity, motherfucker.
Well, here's my. I don't know how personal you want to get with your movies and shit like that, but I watched I saw it 3 times. Your movie. That's about as personal as you can get.
Yeah.
It almost would be like a sequel to that, in a way, and like a kind of a weird sort of follow-up almost to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know the angles of everything.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just spitballing over here.
I would have to figure. I'd have to figure it out where it was where it was cool without being too cheesy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'd have to figure it out. But go check out these guys. Spirit with Spirits. They love the beer. So
I like the name. That's a good channel name.
yeah. Oh, it kicked me out. Okay.
You can fuck right off with that senior apartment complex, though. That's why I told my kids I made a quick will like a couple of years ago, and my son's the executor, and I'm like, look, just burn me, whatever. Do the
Just burn me.
I don't care. But let me ask you something. So I used to think so. I'm a borderline atheist, but not quite all the way there. I always said I want to be buried and not burned because just in case I may be wrong about this, and I need to come back and fight for Christ, I want to have my whole body ready.
Yeah.
But now I'm like,
Have that vessel ready to go. Heck yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it might be all tore up, but
well, maybe. Yeah. My liver would be fucked. I know that much. But if you're a Christian, like, and you get cremated, is the bit that you get reincarnated from the ash? I mean, because I need to know if I'm taking too many chances with this.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the way that the Christians look at being cremated versus not. I mean, because Christians believe that your body's only a vessel. Like you when you die, that's when you live.
Yeah, because all my old Italian relatives, when they passed away, like my aunts and stuff like that, there would be like a full blown wake, and they get the beautician, with the makeup and all that. And I always thought that was kind of like when I saw my grandmom all made up, dead, freaked me the fuck out. To be honest with you, I thought it was a little eerie
because they never look like that the way that they looked when they were alive.
That's right, and
it's like that's. It's not doing them justice, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, where it's just like, they didn't look like that when they were alive. So why would you do them like that at a wake? You know what I mean?
When I think about my grandma now, this is the problem with me, who raised me, basically. You know how when you've known somebody and you're close to them for years and years and years, there's multiple kind of photographs in your mind of them.
Okay.
Young, old, stuff like that. Now that's one of them.
Yeah.
Like her dead, all made up. I don't know that I needed that in my head.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those weird things that it's common, it's normal, but you still don't get over it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but okay, so this next one is Queen Mary, and these two are basically talking about it and walking on the Queen Mary.
Oh, okay.
Built in 1934, the Queen Mary in Long Beach remains one of the most famous ships in history. It's now a tourist attraction and hotel. But for years, paranormal experts have believed that the Queen Mary is haunted. Passengers and crew members alike have reported numerous eerie...
It is, thank you.
I was going to say, it's already been confirmed on this show,
it's
but
confirmed,
all right.
Thank you.
Keep rolling, I'll be back in 60 seconds.
Okay.
Vessel? Will they make themselves known? And if they do, will Chris be able to identify one as that of the spirit of Lucille Ball? The ship is so well known for its ghostly residents that a ghost tour has been set up on board.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now, if you're ready. Hi, my name's Greg. I'm one of the tour guides for the Peter James Ghost Encounter here on the Queen Mary. We take people around to various haunted areas of the ship, accompanied by Peter James on video. Queen Mary is very haunted. We've got hundreds of ghosts on board. Passengers, crew members, famous people. We've had Lucille Ball, Marlena Dietrich on board. Maybe they're still around. The boiler rooms are obviously the lowest part of the ship. There were many, many people that died down there. The temperatures were intense. A lot of the workmen, as well as some of the officers on board, still roam the decks down there.
I'm not sure why, but the boiler rooms had left me feeling a little uneasy.
According to Peter James, the most haunted room on board the ship is the first-class swimming pool.
Oh, that's what you said.
I tend to agree. There have been a lot of sightings in there. They've seen a little girl. They've seen women in bathing suits. There is a feeling in the room.
You said little girl, right there?
Is
Yeah.
pretty much indescribable.
Wow.
The hair stands up on the back of your neck. There's always the feeling that you're not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to experience the vortex were the ladies' changing rooms. According to Peter, that is the window or the doorway between the spirit world and our world.
The vortex?
I'm going to do it now.
Yeah, they claim there's a vortex in the.
And because of that,
I'm
That's how
gonna
they
take a
come
pass.
in and out.
I'm gonna
but-
take the pass on some room called the vortex. No thanks.
right here. This is supposedly the doorway between the spirit world and ours. I don't can see anything in this.
That's funny. You're like, I'm gonna take a hard
Pressure
pass at the
changes,
vortex.
Number of things.
I'm literally a black man when it comes to this shit. Nope. Nope.
Nope. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
All right. Let's go ahead.
What do you feel? I just don't feel well.
She's a cutie.
It feels weird. It feels
Yeah.
cold. You feel it? Just all here. I had felt some temperature change in the vortex room, and the pool room definitely had an air of oppression. My feelings of discomfort were getting worse.
Security has been walking by the main doorway to this room and heard the sounds of children playing and splashing.
I was confused. Was I becoming more sensitive, or was this all in my imagination? How do you feel?
That's the thing.
You know,
it's like
it was exciting. I mean, when I was in the boiler room, I started getting emotional.
you think that you're going crazy when you're actually feeling something that's there.
So when you were down in the vortex or the swimming pool room or whatever, were there people you were with that felt nothing and heard nothing? Are there people that just aren't wired to detect this kind of stuff?
Honestly, I think so. Some
Okay.
people are just like, I don't feel nothing, and I'm just like, I'm dying here.
Right. So if like I roll down there, I might be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about there, Willis? What's going on?
Let's go get a drink. You
I'm
need to
just like,
calm
I'm
down.
dying here. Would you?
picking up something. But the pool, I noticed that you started crying.
I don't know if it's maybe what happened last night, and because I haven't slept all night, and I'm feeling a bit weird about everything.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're getting more sensitive to this stuff now. I want to go back to that pool.
Well,
because
listen, I've actually got a
very high
surprise
up.
for you.
You do? What?
Peter James, he's going to come and join us tonight.
Ah.
Two of you. Two against one.
Uh-oh.
I'll be a nervous wreck. I'll be
Double
crying
trouble.
all the way back to London.
Peter James is basically kind of like a world-renowned paranormal writer.
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't think he's a scientist, but he's sort of like a writer of paranormal and investigates in paranormal. And
So he's like an expert in this.
he'd be considered an expert as much as you can be, because you've got some people that know stuff's around, and there's other people that are like, I don't feel nothing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Because like somebody like me, let's say I would not experience this,
Yeah.
and Peter James is like, "The fuck you?" I'm like, "You're out of your fucking mind, dude. Like, there's nothing going on here." Ooh, the fucking vortex. Ooh.
Yeah, with the board.
So Peter James is going to come and join us and do a nighttime too.
Peter James is a psychic who's performed significant amounts of investigative research on the Queen Mary.
So if you follow me, I'll lead you to the boiler room, which is also very active.
His findings have captured various forms of paranormal activity, including audible sounds, smells, distinct temperature changes, and visual activity.
Okay, it's quite dark in here.
First stop was the boiler room. Previously, Peter had made contact with two ghosts here, called John Henry and Dana. Would they make their presence felt? Chris took photographs to see what he could capture in the dark.
Listen carefully while I try to communicate with John and Dana. John Henry? John?
Really cold, it's like ice.
Even the crew were starting to find the place a little eerie.
John? Talk to me, John.
There was no noticeable paranormal activity here on this occasion. We decided to travel even deeper into the ship to the supposed most haunted area, the first-class swimming pool. Peter claims that this is the heart of the Queen Mary, with up to 6 ghosts present here.
Can you pause real quick? I have a question for you.
Sure.
Did you know that the swimming pool was the haunted area? Did you hear about it before you went there?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I never went into. I always try to come into it with a fresh mind, but I knew that was a potential hot spot.
Okay. All right.
But like I had my little, detector, my little, audio detector basically, and just kind of investigated it like I did everything else. But I could definitely, and I'd showed a picture before on Dave's channel, and I'll show it after this one's done.
Okay.
This is where Jackie, my child talking ghost, speaks audibly, heard by scores of people over the years.
Yep, I've heard that person there.
Jackie!
No shit.
Hello?
What's that noise? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
We boosted this noise later in the edit, and it sounds like a girl singing. Have we caught on our own camera mic the voice of Jackie, or one of the other 6 ghosts trying to communicate with us? The next room was the changing rooms, where the vortex is.
This is the vortex. This is the energy center. And then put your hand out like this. Feel that cool air?
Yeah, I was literally sitting right there in one of those doors for at least an hour and a half. I never felt the stuff that they said. I'd seen stuff and I talked to a freaking ghost, but I never saw what they were saying. There was a vortex there. I never saw that.
Well, you talked to a ghost. Isn't that enough? Didn't you get your money's worth? I mean, that's something.
That's something. That's a thing.
At this point, on the nighttime vision cameras, we spotted a strange movement in the background. It appears to be coming from the direction of the vortex. On closer inspection, you can see that the shape actually has a shadow, which suggests that it has form, but is transparent. Peter had his own theory as to what this strange apparition was.
It was a rat.
That is an anomaly. It's spectral energy, or it could have been an entity about to show itself, but needed more energy, if you will.
Okay, let's try and get him to come.
We have inspected the footage repeatedly. There is no logical explanation for what this anomaly is. The camera lens is not moving, so it's not a flare. It appears to go behind Chris and the camera cable and moves independently. I was pretty convinced we'd caught something
This looks like a rat.
on camera.
That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
Peter believes that this could have been an entity about to show itself. Chris wanted to investigate further to see if this was the case. He followed in the direction it had traveled.
Is there anybody in here? Come out, come out. Show yourself. Show yourself. It just ripped off. Just ripped off one of the buttons of my jacket.
Wait, where?
Or it threw something at me. Did you see that? Something got thrown. Come on, you're supposed to film this. It just threw something at me. Look at my.
That was the one part that I didn't necessarily, I'm not going to say agree with. And people take on stress different ways. But sometimes we would have that where somebody was like extra emotional, and it's like I don't know if they were trying to play like a game or if that's just how they deal with emotion.
Yeah, if they're trying to do a bit.
Yeah,
because
sometimes they were on camera, sometimes they weren't, and it's just like, dude, I literally have stuff scratching me, and you don't see me going, ah, you know what I mean? Like,
well, but this is made for TV, so they got to do something a little.
So she's hamming
wacky.
it up.
You got to ham it up.
Because it didn't happen to her. It happened to him. It literally took a button off his shirt.
Did one of my buttons come off? No, it threw something at me. Well, hello. Okay, I'm feeling a lot of energy over there. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? Yeah. It threw something at me. We need a flashlight or camera or something. I gotta find out what it was that it threw at me.
Go with James.
Hello?
Maybe a flash cube? Just saying. Maybe a flash cube.
It's
Thank you for doing that. Something. God.
white people
I
be
believe
crazy.
that this is what was
Derek.
thrown at me.
Is it a bottle cap or a screw or
And
something?
it's all the way down there.
It had been an action-packed night. We caught on camera noises and what seemed to be a girl singing.
Yeah.
We'd come across unexplained phenomena, and Chris believed that he had had contact with a spirit.
It just ripped off. Ripped off my butt jacket.
Had any of these spirits been Lucille Ball, or had our search for her been in vain? We left the Queen Mary in the early hours, convinced by what we'd seen, but no closer to Lucille. There was one more avenue to explore.
But yeah,
So that's you've been to that place.
I've been to that place.
That's
have.
crazy. I know the Queen Mary has a reputation, like you said, it was like the rich people, like lots of bands back in the 70s and early 80s had, record release parties there. It was all ritzy and fancy. They'd invite all their fancy friends and shit.
Yeah, like Entourage, the show Entourage shot there. There's been multiple movies that's shot there.
Paul McCartney had an album release party there. He invited all these hoity-toity people. Had a big
really?
to-do on the Queen Mary. Yeah.
I met Rod Stewart there.
No shit.
Yeah. So this was okay. So I was working on a show in just down the street.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Disney Channel show that I was working on a couple days, probably 4 or 5 days on it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one day that they're forcing us to take a day off, like in between 6 days. So I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? Because I don't want to drive home. I'm just gonna try to find something to do. So I'm like, I've gone to Queen Mary. I've never been here before.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on there and I'm looking around, exploring, doing stuff. And all of a sudden I hear a voice that I recognize, and I'm like,
"Wake up, Maggie! I think I got
and it was just like,
to say to you."
That sounds like a familiar voice. So I turned around, I walked around the corner, and it was Rod Stewart with his family. And I'm like, when am I ever going to meet Rod Stewart? I don't want to like interrupt him because he's with his family.
Yeah.
So I walked up to him. I said, Mr. Stewart, I love your music. And I shook his hand and turned around, walked away. And I was like, I don't want to bother you with your family, but I really appreciate your music. And he's like, thank you so much. And then I walked away. And I was just like, that was the coolest thing. I got to meet Rod Stewart on
That's
the Queen
pretty
Mary.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try to blow this up as much as I can. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do it. How much I'm going to be able to do this, but we'll see here.
Oh, this is a Facebook special.
Facebook special. Let's see here.
I had some unexplained activity happen to me last night. I got 2 texts from Facebook saying somebody was trying to log into my account, and I don't have one. I thought that was interesting.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on.
At first, I thought it was my second ex-wife trying to snoop around and shit, but
I lost it. Give me 1 second. That's the other thing about Facebook. Is it like if you have pictures you want to share? Yeah, forget it.
yeah, I don't have a Facebook account anymore. I don't know. Like, my issue with it, and this is me being a curmudgeon, like there's lots of people from my past that try to link up with me and chat. And sometimes, Derek, I'm just like, I really don't want to engage in a relationship with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got enough shit going on. I'm getting old, Derek. I'm trying to calm my life down.
Well, I've had Facebook since it was popular back in the day when I was calling people out for being assholes.
Oh, I was always. You remember when you used to poke? Remember poke on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
It was like flirting with somebody, basically just poking them.
Come on, it's being a pain in the butt. Not wanting to load now.
I just keep it to X pretty much now. Although I did see, while you're looking this up, did you see Grokpedia just was released?
Oh, no.
Elon Musk is doing an all AI version of Wikipedia.
Okay.
And he just released it, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's just taking too long to freaking get this thing to work right.
Who's the chick on the screen now?
Oh, it's a paranormal investigator, and she does like little documentaries and stuff.
Mm. I feel like kind of a jerk because I was watching that last Queen Mary video, and my takeaway from that whole thing was like, that blonde girl was really cute.
Oh yeah, the one that was screaming her head off.
Yeah, I don't know, a little ponytail and the Scottish accent.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That video is probably 20 years old or 15 years old.
Oh, so she may be my age. Well, see, I'm of an age that it's creepy for me to point out that women are cute, but as a guy, you never really you just notice that shit. Doesn't matter how old you are.
Oh, it does. This thing has a habit of like when I choose something, it just kicks me out.
You got to roll some of that house money into StreamYards, brother. They're upgrading all over the place over there.
Okay, so and you probably can't see it because it's really freaking small.
Mm-hmm.
It's right here where this circle is a person, and it looks almost like a cartoon character.
I can almost see an outline of like a Ferengi from Star Trek or the old school Nosferatu.
It's almost like the person's doing one of these things.
Yeah, like a big white head.
Yep.
Oh, I can see that.
And I took this picture when we were talking to the girl. So I don't know if this is the girl, but this is definitely a person. It looks like a cartoon character.
So next time a paper floats on your desk, Derek, grab your phone and take a picture of that shit. That'd be the first thing I would do. Well, probably not. I'd probably run.
See, this right here is reflection from the lights that we're using. So it's not a reflection, but it's literally right here standing right next to the wall. So it's pretty wild.
Is this an area of the ship that they don't usually have people trespass when they're having these hoity-toity parties? Because this looks creepy.
This is the first class swimming pool. This is the one that's got the vortex and the 5 or 6 ghost or whatever.
But it used to be the first class swimming pool, right?
Yes.
Or it's okay.
Right. Yeah, it used to be the first class swimming pool. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I caught this when we were literally talking to somebody. So that's why I was like, oh my God, look at that right there. So anyway.
You should get her on the show. See if you can.
Anywho's. Okay, so now this one's kind of long, so I'm cutting it in half. And okay, the Cecile Hotel. She's talking like a half hour about the Cecile Hotel and like the origin of it. And this is in downtown LA.
Okay.
And the Night Stalker was there for a time. And about 10 years ago, did you ever see the videos that were online of an Asian girl that was in an elevator and she's pushing all the buttons and then she's like hiding like against the wall and she's acting all freaking weird? Do you remember seeing that? That was a viral video that came out about 10 years ago. That was at the Cecile Hotel.
And when you said Night Stalker, what is Night? Is that a show or a movie or something?
Richard Ramirez, he's a freaking serial killer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is a whole half hour. She talks about kind of the origins of it, but I just kind of cut it in half just so that we're not listening to the whole half hour.
Sure.
But
went back to Austria and committed more murders. But you'll be pleased to know that eventually Jacques Unterweger was caught again and charged with 11 murders, which he was found guilty of 9 of them and sentenced to life without the possibility of parole in Austria. And by that I mean you'll be pleased he was caught, not how many murders he was charged with. But the slime bag topped himself the very night he was handed his sentence. Coward. And now by this point we're going into the 2000s, and there's still very much a problem on Skid Row. Drugs are still a major part, and so along with that you've got the violence, the gangs, addiction and mental illness.
So Cecile Hotel used to be a hoity-toity, then it went downhill. It's just off of Skid Row, so it became like a low-income apartment at some point, and then that's when the Night Stalker stayed there and all kinds of stuff because it was very sketchy. I was actually in the room where the Night Stalker lived. That shit was creepy as hell.
Wait, why?
Because it was another place that we went and investigated. We wanted to go to the Cecile Hotel.
It seems to be a pattern. Like a lot of these haunted places were once like hoity-toity
Messed up.
fancy joints.
Yeah.
And then they've been over the years degraded, dilapidated, and all of a sudden they're haunted.
Yeah.
Still an absolutely awful place to find yourself. And the Cecil Hotel is still in the middle of it.
And she's cute and she's blonde and she's British.
Yeah,
Still
she's cute.
suffering
Not
the
as
same
cute as the other girl, though.
No, yes, that's true.
reputation problems, and every now and then guests will report having a weird paranormal experience. But we will get into all of those in good time. In 2011, part of the hotel was rebranded to Stay on Main, which seems to be potentially an attempt to try and move away from that reputation that the Cecil Hotel had earned. Maybe, I don't know. It was marketed as basically like a modern, cheap place to stay in downtown LA, which was exactly what Canadian student Elisa Lam was looking for in 2013, when she set out solo traveling around the west of the USA. And Elisa Lam, she really could have been an hour-long episode alone. There are so many twists and turns in this story, mainly the conspiracies and the rabbit holes that people have gone down with this. And if you want to learn more about the absolutely heartbreaking story of Elisa Lam, the 4-part Netflix documentary is absolutely excellent. It's called something like Crime Scene Vanishing at the Sea.
I don't know if she's going to talk about it. Okay, so Lisa Lam was the one that was in the elevator, pressing all the buttons, acting freaking weird.
All right.
A couple days later, she was found in the water tank of the hotel, dead.
Whoa!
How do you get on the roof in a water tank?
Holy shit!
Yeah, it was terrible.
Well, I mean, you're put there.
Yeah. So now the whole conspiracy is that she was freaking whack job. She jumped in the water tank. Some people saying that she got murdered and they disposed her body in the water tank. Could you imagine going up to the freaking, like, you're taking a shower and all of a sudden, like, it stinks because somebody's freaking body is in the water tank? That's weird.
Ooh, that reminds me of the other thing you brought up. Remember, somebody said that car's trunk stinks.
Oh yeah,
because there's been a dead body in it forever. Seems like
I haven't heard anything lately of that. Because the last time I heard is he wasn't coming back to the U.S. He's just like, oh yeah, I'm overseas. Yeah. So I haven't heard any updates on that.
I do have the Lisa
Hotel, but I'll try and keep
this. Is
this.
she going to show the elevator video? Because I can DM you a 3-minute. I do have that up, unless you've already got it.
She might, but yeah, if you want, if you
I'll say
throw it on X, yeah, sure.
This is a really basic outline of the story. So Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old woman who suffered quite badly from mental illness, specifically bipolar disorder. She wanted to go traveling and had gone to California for her first trip. Her parents were a bit iffy about her going, but she promised, I'll be super careful, I'll call you every night and let you know what I'm up to. And so they'd agreed to let her go. Her first stop had been San Diego before arriving in Los Angeles, checking into the Stay on Main hotel on the 28th of January 2013. But apparently she was already showing super erratic behaviour by this point. She'd gone to a filming of the Conan O'Brien show on the 30th of January, but apparently she'd had to be ushered out because of her strange behaviour. She was even made to switch rooms at the hotel, because her original room, room 506, was shared with other roommates, and apparently she was acting super weird, leaving notes on their pillows saying stay away and just freaking them out. So on the 31st of January, hotel staff actually moved Elisa to a single room, room 412. But that night, for the first night on her trip, she wouldn't call her parents. Immediately, they were onto the hotel, asking them to go check her room, where they found all of Elisa's things, her ID, purse, clothes, but no Elisa. So she's declared missing on the 1st of February. Police can't figure out where she's gone. They conclude that she can't have gone through any of the doors. They would have seen it. Sniffer dogs pick up on her scent leaving her room, walking along the corridor, and then stopping at a window that had a fire escape to the roof outside. But basically the trail ran cold, and that's when the elevator footage was released. And it just went completely viral. Everyone was talking about it. Where Elisa's hands are moving in weird ways, and just all of her behavior is very strange, like she's trying to hide or plead with someone. It got millions of views. Everyone had an opinion on it, and here's where the paranormal kind of finds itself dragged into the conversation. Because of course she could be hallucinating or actually trying to hide or plead with another resident that might be being aggressive or something like that. But then others were saying that
others were saying that she was bipolar and she was having some sort of bipolar episode or something.
That was my first reaction, not knowing that she wound up in a water tank. I'm like, she's just a nutter.
Yeah. Strange.
There was an evil force in the hotel that had tormented Elisa and compelled her to end up in the place where she was eventually found. Because almost 3 weeks later, on the 19th of February, a hotel employee was sent up to the water tanks on the roof because guests were complaining about low water pressure and that the water that was coming through was discoloured, had a weird smell, and tasted funny. The employee looked in one of the water tanks and found the partially decomposed body of Elisa Lam floating in the water. So then the mystery of what happened really ramped up, and people were convinced that she couldn't have done it to herself, that it must be someone else that murdered her and dumped her in there, or that somehow this evil force was connected. But I think she could have done it to herself, and she did. The toxicology report showed that she didn't have a high enough concentration of her bipolar meds in her blood, meaning that she must have either not been taking them or not taken enough of them. So I think being off her meds in a new place led to or didn't help whatever it was she was going through, and she'd gone to the roof and got herself stuck in one of the water tanks. I know some people will still say that, well, that just doesn't make logical sense. You've got to remember that she wasn't thinking logically. I know it's not the most sensational explanation either, but usually the one that's the least likely to draw in a crowd is the one that's closest to the truth. But then people saying that the lid to the water tank was closed, and she wouldn't have been able to do that if she'd have just jumped into the water tank herself. So that's proving that there must be foul play going on, like someone else must be involved, right? But I'm pretty sure that the maintenance man said that he'd come across it and it was open while they were first searching for Elisa. Like obviously they would have done an initial first sweep of the roof just to make sure, and then he just closed it. Like obviously it shouldn't have been open, so maybe he just went and just close the lid, and then he must have just like not seen her in there or something. Either way, I really don't think that there was anything paranormal going on.
Yeah, but if it was more than like 24 hours, wouldn't she have started stinking? You know what I mean?
I don't know how long it takes you to start stinking.
You have your body's literally like melting like a freaking
well, but like, yeah, well, I don't know how long
decomposing body
for that to start. Like I've not taken a shower for a couple of days and it doesn't smell like a dead body in my apartment. So I don't know how long it takes to start decomposing after you drop dead. So I don't know. She's being reasonable here.
Okay.
On here, I really think it was just a tragic, unfortunate incident that just so happened to happen at the Cecil Hotel. But Elisa's case would absolutely forever tie the Cecil Hotel to the paranormal, way more so than it had already been, as we are about to find out. Because in 2017, the Cecil closed its doors for a complete renovation, and it was during this time that Ghost Adventures managed to gain access for a 2-hour special episode. Because by this point now, it had this reputation of being extremely haunted, and then all of the paranormal theories around Elisa Lam just added to that. And I remember when this Ghost Adventure special first came out on Discovery Plus, I was so excited to watch it. And it was good. As far as Ghost Adventures episodes go, it's fine. But it was right here where I decided that creating this YouTube channel would be an amazing idea. That learning about the history and about what actually happened in a building was so much more interesting to me than night vision footage. So you've got Zach Bagans and the Cecil Hotel special to thank for Don't Scare Claire. Anyway, they were doing this interview with a former crime scene photographer who was saying that he'd stayed in Elisa Lam's room 412, and that he'd claimed that he'd felt unseen hands around his throat. And this seems to be reported pretty often by people that are staying in the Cecil Hotel. There was a woman called Joy Johnston who wrote a blog post about her dad's experience. He was living in the Cecil not long after moving to the US in 1965, and one night he was there in bed and he woke up in the middle of the night. Couldn't move a single muscle. There was a weight on his chest, and he said that he felt hands around his throat, again, squeezing. As quickly as the feeling had come on, it went away. I don't know, it just sounds to me like sleep paralysis. But either way, Joy's dad was so shaken up by what had happened that he ran down to reception to tell them what he'd just experienced. The night clerk was like, oh yeah, there was a murder that happened in that room like not too long ago. Which, what was the night clerk on to just be saying that to someone who's just had this terrifying experience? That's but either way, he was able to move rooms and never...
That's a very California thing. We're just like, oh yeah, there was a thing that happened a couple weeks ago. What's the thing? Oh, somebody just murdered... What?
I know.
Don't blow it off. What?
Never experienced anything weird after that. No sleep paralysis, nothing. Which, I mean, Goldie Osgood was murdered in 1964. Was it that Joy's dad was staying in the room where she was found? Interesting. And it was during this time, while it was closed in 2017, but ended up kind of being like a long-term closure with a pandemic and things, so the hotel was pretty much completely abandoned, that a guy living opposite the hotel, Pete Monzigo, was apparently documenting weird things happening. Like he was watching all of this from his apartment across the street. So he'd noticed strange lights flicking on and off in the rooms. Doors would open and close by themselves when he could see that the room was empty. And one night he saw the figure of an old man sitting by the window in one of the rooms. This old man was smoking a cigar and seemingly just watching the world go by. But what was really weird about this whole encounter was Pete's apartment was in complete darkness at this point. He got all the lights turned off. But as Pete walked from one window to the next in his apartment, the old man's head turned to follow him. Obviously this freaked him out, so he hid behind his sofa, as you do. And when he poked his head back out to look through the window at the old man, he'd disappeared. In 2021, the hotel actually opened up as affordable housing for permanent residents, so it doesn't actually operate as a hotel anymore. And it was at this point that Pete made friends with one of the permanent residents and got to go inside the Cecil. And he said that the energy just felt really bad and ominous, like you're constantly being watched. But that may have had more to do with what happened next, because Pete was actually held at gunpoint by one of the other residents. Right, because for all of this talk of ghosts and the history and stuff, it's still a very dangerous place to live in a very deprived area. And throughout its years, especially recently, the ghost talk got really downplayed by the owners. Like, staff, while it was still running as a hotel, would not entertain a conversation with anyone that was interested in the paranormal. So obviously it already had that reputation before Release Alarm, but after that, people were flocking to the Cecil to try and do an investigation. They even got to the point where they would play music in the corridors to try and stop people conducting EVP sessions. And so with all of its history, you could see why the Cecil Hotel would be a good...
Yeah, I've been there, and they didn't really play music or anything like that.
They didn't chase you out? Like, oh, another ghost hunter.
Because I think at some point, I think it might have been, I don't know if it was an event, because there was a few people. There wasn't a ton of people, but it was a handful of us that were there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe somebody got special permission, and I just happened to be tagging along with the right person. Possible.
You're a +1.
I was a +1.
Contender for being a haunted building, right? I mean, it literally had the nickname Hotel Death. And the hotel manager from 2010 to 2017, Amy Price, she estimated that there must have been around 18 natural and unnatural deaths during her time there, which may have been an exaggeration on her side. But even so, it kind of just gives you an indicator of the sheer scale of death we're talking about here. Because I don't know, it just seems a hell of a lot higher to me than the 16 that our old pal Wikipedia states. But who is actually haunting the hotel? Apparently Richard Ramirez's room on the 14th floor, that's said to have a really evil, malevolent atmosphere, but not...
Yeah, I've been there. It was kind of heavy being in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you feel the evil, malevolent vibe?
I didn't feel like an evil vibe, but it was real heavy. Kind of like, okay, there's something going on right here.
Some shit went down in here.
Yeah.
Specifically said to be haunted by Ramirez himself. Jacun de Vega, the other serial killer that lived in the Cecil for a time, he has no paranormal connections to the place. Some people claim to have made contact with Elisa Lam during their investigations, but other than that, that's kind of it. And from what I could see, like even up to today, none of the permanent residents have gone online to report anything weird from their time living there. It's more just that in certain areas of the hotel, there's a really creepy vibe, which could have more to do with your neighbours. But then you've got to think about it, like it's a huge hotel designed to house like 600 people now. Footsteps and doors slamming are kind of going to be the soundtrack to your day, so it's going to be harder to say for sure whether something's unexplainable, isn't it? But even if the claims of
I kind of like that, the soundtrack of your day.
Mm-hmm.
And you might want to write that down. The soundtrack of your day.
Write that down. Put that on my lyric sheet.
That was good. The soundtrack of your day.
That's a good one.
Paranormal activity have been exaggerated over the years. I think between the thought of the horrendous things that have happened here during its lifetime and the things that continue to happen here to this day, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get a good night's sleep if I was to stay there overnight. So what do you think? Do you think that the Cecil Hotel is as haunted as it's been made out to be over the years? Or is the paranormal just a juicy extra detail in this hotel's long and not very happy history?
I mean, I felt more at Linda Vista and the Queen Mary than I did at the Cecil. Mm-hmm. But there was still, like I said, there was parts where you walk in, it's like, whoa. Feels a little funky in here.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right.
Yep.
Doubt that the Cecil Hotel could be haunted. You have that much death and just all around misery, there's the recipe for your ghosts, you know? So much so that the Cecil was actually the inspiration for the American Horror Story Hotel season. But also, yes, it's had a very sad history with a lot of death connected to it, with links to serial killers and all sorts, but it's not special. Maybe that's the wrong word. It's not unique. The Elisa Lam case made the Cecil Hotel just basically go viral, which put a spotlight on the other tragic things that have happened here over the years. But it would be interesting to know about other hotels hotels in the area that I'm guessing will be just as full of people that have hit rock bottom, that are down on their luck, that are experiencing the worst times of their life, and then that they're maybe going through drug addiction, mental illness, all the other things that can lead to tragic stories that YouTubers can make a living talking about on the internet. Don't know if I'm being very clear at what I'm getting at, but basically, yes, I wouldn't be surprised if someone came to me in the comments and said, Claire, the Cecil Hotel is haunted, these are the things that I've experienced here, and these are the people from those stories that you mentioned that still haunt the place, and then proceeded to mention names like Goldie Osgood and Percy Orman Cook, or even names of people from incidents that I haven't mentioned. Like, don't forget, Elisa was the most famous, but she wasn't even the last. Even in 2015, there was a man that was found on the pavement outside the hotel. They don't know if he jumped or if he was pushed. They don't know anything about him. But also, there is something in the back of my mind that just makes me think, is it just because of all of these sad stories that people are convinced that the stories alone must mean that it's haunted? And there's no way that it couldn't be. Because
I just don't believe it. I just don't believe that there's not a coincidence. If somebody dies in a place, then it's like, oh, it's sad. But if it keeps happening over and over and over, and it's more than a coincidence, in my opinion.
Well, but didn't she say that it was kind of a rundown place and a lot of like low life? So a lot of people overdosed on drugs. I mean, that doesn't sound surprising to me, does it?
I mean, that's true. I mean, but 2 serial killers lived at the Cecil Hotel. Then
Well,
that Lisa Lamb stuff. Yeah, it's odd. So let me go ahead and pull that Lisa Lamb stuff up. Let's see here.
So I had to step away for a minute because I thought somebody was knocking on my door, which kind of freaked me out. All this discussion turned out to be my ice maker. Ice.
Oh, really?
So I'm even freaked out by all this. I'm like, either I'm getting served or there's bad news at the door. It turned out it was the ice maker.
Okay, so yeah, this is the Lisa Lamb stuff. Let's see here.
I could fix her.
Not anymore, you can't.
Well, no, it's true. Yeah.
Strange.
I mean, she's batshit crazy. That's the vibe I get.
Yeah. And she was here on vacation, I think. You know how she was like part of a tour group that was traveling around? Because I think she's from Japan or China or something.
Yeah, but didn't they say she was on meds?
Something like that, yeah. Well, that's what the one girl said.
Like schizo, bipolar. I mean, I don't know.
Straight up cray-cray.
I mean, those meds, I've been on meds before for mental stuff. They could do weird things to you too. So maybe she could have been on the wrong kind of meds or took too many of them or not enough. That's why I got off of them. I said I'll just be naturally bananas.
just let it naturally cook out.
Yeah. How's that door open so long? Did she hit the whole door button, I guess?
Probably. The pause.
Yes. Somebody's down on the first floor waiting for the fucking elevator. And you know, this is before the time where you would go, this is just a bit. Not even thinking about what happened to her after this. Because now if somebody did this on TikTok, all this crazy shit, you go, all right, there could be a bit. When was this? Like 2000, 1990s? Thoughts?
I can look. Here, 1 second. Lisa Lamb video.
Looks like she's talking with somebody, like begging somebody.
Straight. February 13th, the disappearance increased. I don't know when it actually happened.
Wouldn't she die? And that would be close to the year, right?
It just says while performing autopsy on February the 21st, the conclusion determined matter of Lamb's death. The Los Angeles coroner subsequently ruled that the death was accidental, by bipolar disorder being a significant contributing factor.
All right. February 21st of what? Like what year?
Still looking. It doesn't. They keep on saying days, but they're not saying the date, the actual date.
2013.
Oh, is that what it was? 2013? Okay.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yep.
It's got the creepy music with it.
Yeah, this is like a Paranormal Activity style kind of movie. Did you watch those movies, Derek? Paranormal Activity movies?
No.
I watched the first one. I thought I would hate it. I actually liked it.
Oh, did you?
I mean, the chick was hot in it, so of course I liked it. I mean, one-track mind here.
Okay, so this video right here is Haunted Hollywood Hotels. And if I remember correctly, they're not, I don't know if they're talking about the Cecil or not, but they're talking about the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood, and then they're also talking about the Knickerbocker Hotel.
Okay.
Both of them super famous, a lot of lure to them.
I've heard of the Knickerbocker.
The Knickerbocker, there's shots of Elvis Presley walking in the front door of the Knickerbocker because his record company was literally down the street, so he stayed at the Knickerbocker Hotel.
All right.
What's his name? The magician, the Houdini. Houdini's widow went up on the roof and did a seance to talk to Houdini.
Ooh, that's
it's got some weird stuff going. So hopefully they'll talk about it.
The whole Houdini story is super bizarre.
It is super bizarre. He died in Detroit. He was at the not Joe Louis, but he was at the I want to say the arena. It wasn't the arena. It'll come to me. Before Joe Louis Arena became the home of the Red Wings. Okay, so this I think is the Roosevelt Hotel, which hosted the first Academy Awards at the Roosevelt Hotel.
Oh, look at that.
I've been there. I worked a couple days there on a show, and then I went there and visited. And it's a fun vintage place. I never got the willies when I was there, but you never know.
Many of Hollywood's older hotels are much like Hollywood itself. They are aging as slightly faded old buildings, still trying to hang on to the shimmer of glamour that they enjoyed in the old days. In times past, the hotels of Hollywood were luxurious pleasure palaces where the stars of the silver screen went to dine, dance, and spend time with secret lovers. Like some parts of Hollywood, a few of the hotels have seen facelifts in recent years, which have stirred up memories and spirits of the past. Not all of the ghostly stories and wicked scandals are products of recent times. However, many of them have been around for years. The most famous haunted hotel in Hollywood is, without a doubt, the Hollywood Roosevelt. Today, the hotel has been refurbished and remodeled to capture the spirit of its early days. But the new furnishings and decor don't stop the stories of the old spirits from being told. The Hollywood Roosevelt opened in 1927, and from the beginning it was designed to serve the movie industry as a luxury hotel. The most prestigious movie stars of that time, Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford, helped to bring the hotel to life, and the grand opening hosted the biggest celebrities of the day like Gloria Swanson and Greta Garbo. The hotel remained popular for many years, and in 1984 it underwent a restoration. Since that time, the ghosts, they say, have been putting in frequent appearances. The first strange event took place in December 1985, about 2 weeks before the grand reopening. Alan Russell, the personal assistant to the general manager, was in the Blossom Room, where the first Academy Awards banquet was held in 1929. He was sweeping the floor when he noticed an extremely cold spot in one part of the room. He and the other employees who were present were perplexed to find that there were no drafts or air conditioners to explain away the chill. Psychics who have investigated the hotel believe there is a man in black clothing who haunts this room, although who he may be, no one knows. One of the most famous ghosts at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel is the very glamorous and beautiful Marilyn Monroe. Just following her rise to fame as a model, Marilyn lived at the hotel for 2 years. She was in Suite 1200, which overlooked a swimming pool. One day, an employee of the hotel was dusting the mirror and found Marilyn Monroe's face. Just following her rise to fame as a model, Marilyn lived at...
Okay, so this swimming pool right here, I worked on the season finale, or the series finale of The Hills for MTV, and they put glass over top of the swimming pool so that the people of The Hills could walk on the swimming pool as they were doing like their interviews and stuff. It was kind of cool.
That's pretty wild, yeah.
Yeah.
The hotel for 2 years. She was in Suite 1200, which overlooked a swimming pool. One day, an employee of the hotel was dusting the mirror and found Marilyn Monroe's face looking right back at her out of the mirror. She turned quickly around, but there was no one behind her, although the reflection remained for some time before fading away. The haunted mirror is still hanging on the wall at the Roosevelt and can now be found by the elevator in the lower level. It is said that some visitors can still catch a glimpse of a beautiful blonde in the glass, as some believe that Marilyn's sad life has been permanently impressed in the glass. As guests began to arrive at the refurbished hotel, the staff were told of other encounters. They frequently heard complaints about loud talking in nearby rooms and of voices in hallways, rooms and corridors that would prove to be empty. Phones were lifted from receivers in empty suites, lights turned on in empty locked rooms, and a maid was inexplicably pushed into a supply closet, and a typewriter began typing in the middle of the night in an empty locked office. A man in a white suit who was seen by 3 different people on 2 different days walked through a door and vanished. Extra bedspreads that were hung on a rod in a basement began moving on their own, and a little girl was seen playing in the lobby and then vanished before the eyes of a startled staff member. Some employees also reported strange shadows on the 9th floor, prompting many of them to refuse to work on that level. Strange things were especially connected to room 928. Here, housekeepers have reported cold spots that brushed by them, and others have felt a strong presence watching over them or walking beside them. One night in 1992, a female guest reported that a man's hand patted her on the shoulder while she was reading. She turned thinking it was her husband, only to find them sound asleep. Room 928 has been most prominently connected to actor Montgomery Clift, who lived in the room for 3 months in 1952 while filming From Here to Eternity. Clift was said to restlessly pace in his room and the corridor outside, rehearsing his lines and practicing the bugle, and some say that he still does. A few years later, Clift's personal life began to be plagued with rumors about homosexuality and affairs. Then tragedy struck. On a night in May 1957, Clift attended a party at the home of Elizabeth Taylor. As he was leaving, he veered off the road and his car collided with a telephone pole. The accident left Clift with a broken jaw and nose, a crushed sinus cavity and 2 missing teeth, and severe facial lacerations that required plastic surgery. Somehow, though, he remarkably recovered and returned home from the hospital just after 8 weeks. He was to complete filming on Raintree County. After the accident, Montgomery starred in 7 movies, receiving an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor in Judgment at Nuremberg. He also co-starred in The Misfits, which was Marilyn Monroe and Clark Gable's last movie. In 1962, he was cast for The Defector, which would be his last role. While waiting to start a new role with Elizabeth Taylor, Clift died in 1966 at the age of 46, and rumors soon spread about suicide. Regardless, he is remembered today as one of the greatest actors of all time, and a continuing guest at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. Renowned psychic Peter James was asked to investigate the paranormal activities in the hotel in 1992.
Peter
He
James.
was able to detect Montgomery Clift's ghost in room 928. And in the Tropicana bar, the presence of Marilyn Monroe was strongly sensed. Peter left the hotel feeling that it was indeed haunted. And that's the story of the haunted Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel.
And you're sticking to it.
And now let me tell you the story of the Knickerbocker.
All right.
The Knickerbocker.
Okay, before we do that, let me share this real quick. Okay, so yeah, this right here. You see how they put the glass over top of the pool?
Yeah.
That's at the Hollywood Roosevelt.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope how they did it.
Were you involved with that? Did you have to lug the glass out, or?
Yeah, I was in production, so I was unloading trucks and doing all kinds of stuff.
I don't remember. I remember the show The Hills, but what was the bit? It was just like rich Hollywood women. Was that
basically? There's me.
Oh, hey, look at that.
That's of course I have to take a Barry Gordy shot. Of course I do. But yeah, that's right there. It's a wide shot of it. I thought it was cool how they just put freaking glass over top of the pool.
Yeah.
So, but anywho.
Hotel was built in 1925, and throughout the tumultuous decade of the 1920s, it played a key role at the heart of Hollywood. It first opened as a luxury apartment building and became a hotel later on in its history. One of the attractions of the place was the Renaissance Revival Bar, which played host to the cream of the Hollywood crop. One frequent guest was Rudolph Valentino, the silent screen star, who reportedly loved to dance the tango to the live music performed in the saloon.
Hey, the tango!
The hotel would serve many guests and be home to many scandals over the years. The hotel lobby features a huge crystal chandelier which cost over $120,000 in 1925. And it was under this chandelier that epic film director D.W. Griffith died in 1948. At the time of his death, Griffith, who was a pioneer in the Hollywood film industry, had been largely forgotten by his peers. He had a painful and lonely existence at the Knickerbocker, spending most of his time in the hotel bar, talking to anyone who was sad enough to listen to him. His dismissal by Hollywood was a great tragedy as his death, and it would not be until years later that he would be regarded as the genius that he undoubtedly was. Actor William Frawley, who played Fred Mertz on the I Love Lucy show, lived at the hotel for decades. In March of 1966, he was walking into the Knickerbocker when he dropped dead of a heart attack on the sidewalk outside. His nurse carried him.
Yeah, he literally dropped dead right at the stairs there and just keeled over. People were just like, oh, that was the thing.
Rest in peace, Fred.
Into the lobby and attempted to revive him, but it was too late. Perhaps the strangest tragedy took place in November 1962 with the suicide of Irene Gibbons, who was a costume designer at MGM. She designed costumes for a number of famous actresses like Hedy Lamarr, Judy Garland, Lana Turner, and many others. Later in her career, she worked on several Doris Day films and became close friends with the actress. In 1962, after Doris Day noticed that Irene seemed upset and nervous, the costume designer told her that she was in love with actor Gary Cooper and that he was the only man that she had ever loved. Sadly, Cooper died in 1961. On November 15th, Irene took a room at the Knickerbocker, checking in under an assumed name. She cut her wrists, but since it didn't prove to be immediately fatal, she jumped to her death from her window on the 11th floor. Her body reportedly ended up on top of the hotel awning, where it was discovered a few days later.
A few days?
I was going to say, how do you jump, hit the top of this sign thing right here, and people are just like, you know what? I didn't hear anything.
People look up like, Anyway.
It must have been a bird. It's kind of wild.
To correct Knickerbocker was the anniversary seance to contact the spirit of magician Harry Houdini. During his life, Houdini had been an opponent of the spiritualist movement, but made a pact with his wife and friends that should contact be possible from the other side, he would attempt it. For 10 years after his death, his wife, Bess Houdini, continued to hold seances in hopes of communicating with her late husband. The last official Houdini seance was held on Halloween night of 1936. A group of friends, fellow magicians, and Bess Houdini herself gathered in Hollywood on the roof of the Knickerbocker Hotel. They attempted to contact the elusive magician for over an hour before finally giving up. At the moment they did, a tremendously violent thunderstorm.
He was too elusive.
Well, he wasn't elusive. He was dead.
Yeah. Could you imagine that? Every Halloween going up on top of the Knickerbocker and doing a seance to reach out to Harry Houdini.
Harry Houdini's probably up there going, fuck, why did I tell her to try to reach out to me?
Just let me rest, for Christ's sake. Leave me alone.
Right, I'm dead, for fuck's sake. Can I get some rest?
Broke out, drenching the seance participants and terrifying them with the horrific lightning and thunder. They would later learn that the mystery storm did not occur anywhere else in Hollywood, only above the Knickerbocker Hotel. Some speculated that perhaps Houdini did come through after all, as the flamboyant performer just might have made his presence known by the spectacular effects of the thunderstorm. Although Houdini's ghost has never been reported to make an appearance at the Knickerbocker, the place has long been considered to be haunted. The most spirited spot was always thought to be the hotel bar. So not surprisingly, when the Knickerbocker closed in 1971 and became a senior citizens retirement building, the old bar was sealed off.
Every
the rooms
time.
remained closed and unused for nearly 25 years until the early 1990s, when it was reopened as a nostalgic coffee shop called the All-Star Theater Cafe and Speakeasy, which has now been relocated. Many believe that celebrities from the past still put in appearances here as well. The ghost of Rudolph Valentino occasionally has been reported, along with the ghost of Marilyn Monroe, who has been seen in the women's restroom. Other anonymous spirits sometimes...
See, here's the thing with the Marilyn Monroe sightings. I think that's just kind of like a stories to get people to investigate it.
I agree. Like, do you have to be rich and beautiful to have a ghost? That's what I'm getting.
Yeah,
in this place.
And she was, and I've talked about this before, where when she was dressed as Norma Jean, nobody knew who she was. But as soon as she put the Marilyn Monroe garb on, everybody knew who she was. So she would dress up as Norma Jean, which is her real name, and she wouldn't have all the frills on and the makeup and everything else, and nobody had any idea who she was. So she walked around the shadows basically. So that's why there's always kind of like, well, Marilyn Monroe was over here, and then she was over here, and then she was over here, and yes, she was a kind of a socialite person. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
It's just one of those things. I think a lot of it is just added for people to check it out, or let's stay at the hotel that Marilyn Monroe spotted at.
There's no doubt. If they said, well, the ghost of Louise Smith is on, but like, who cares?
Like, what connection does Marilyn Monroe, who came from a small town, have in every single hotel in Hollywood?
I will say though, Marilyn Monroe, when I saw pictures of her, because everybody knows who Marilyn Monroe is. I'm like, oh, she's really pretty. Looks nice. Yeah. I saw some pictures of her. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. When you watch her move on screen, she's like, have you ever seen any of her movies? Like Some Like It Hot?
Some Like It Hot's a great movie.
You can't take your eyes off her. She just had
her gorgeous
on-screen presence was probably her and Elizabeth Taylor, maybe like. Top.
Probably, because I think Elizabeth Taylor got a lot of her moves from Marilyn Monroe.
Yep.
The way that she kind of sauntered.
Yeah, but to get Marilyn Monroe and why everybody loves her, you have to watch her on screen.
Yeah. Something Like It Hot's such a great movie.
It's amazing. One of my favorites.
Show up and staff members are quick to recall instances of lights turning on and off and things moving about on their own. Even after all these years, the Knickerbocker remains a glamorous and often mysterious place. And that's the story of the haunted Knickerbocker Hotel.
I never got to, I got to walk in the lobby. I never got to walk up into the rooms and stuff, because when I went there, it was a old folks home. So it was like, I don't want to be like snooping around, but I went into the lobby and, checked out the front and stuff where Ethel Mertz, where the Mertz fella died.
Poor Ethel.
I wanted to go up on the roof.
Oh. And finally, the Chateau Marmont.
Okay, so before they talk about the chateau, let me pull up this. Okay, so this is Elvis at the Knickerbocker. This is one of his favorite places because it was right down the street from Capitol Records.
Yeah.
So literally, Capitol Records is here, the Knickerbocker's over here.
Huh.
So Elvis Presley was always, if he was in town at the record label, he was at the Knickerbocker.
Yeah, it was convenient.
Yeah. So yeah, this is him all up in there. there's shots of him up on the roof where they were having the seances and everything. Interesting how that the guy in the video didn't say anything about Elvis Presley, because Elvis Presley was all up at the Knickerbocker. Then there was a famous shot of him walking in the front door. I don't see it. Walking in the front door. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see it with this one here.
Yeah.
So when you go to the Knickerbocker and you go on the inside, you can match up everything where, Elvis Presley's walking in the front door and stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so we'll learn about the Chateau Marmont.
The Chateau Marmont opened in 1929, and it's known for wild parties.
And this is where Belushi died. Remember we watched that video?
I thought this sounded familiar. Yep.
And a history of A-list celebrity guests, including the late comedian John Belushi, who apparently has never left. On the evening of Friday, March 5th, 1982, John Belushi got together with several close friends, which included Robin Williams and Robert De Niro, for a dinner party at On the Rocks, the restaurant above the famous Roxy nightclub on Sunset Boulevard. After dinner, he invited Williams and De Niro up to his temporary residence at Bungalow Number 3 at the Chateau Marmont. It was there where he was injected with cocaine and heroin by Kathy Smith. His friends left while Kathy remained with him. After a while, John went into the bedroom to lie down, so Kathy left. Later, John's manager tried to call him at the bungalow and got no answer, so he went to check up on him. When he entered the bungalow and went into the bedroom, John was blue in the face. He tried unsuccessfully to revive John, but it was too late. John Belushi was dead. He called police, and as soon as they arrived, the news media also showed up, bringing crowds of people who looked on as John's body was carried out of the hotel in a body bag and placed into a van. It was at this moment that Kathy arrived back on the scene. When she saw what was going on, she turned her car around and fled.
She kind of looks evil, doesn't she?
Yeah, a little
it's
bit.
Like, I don't give a fuck, I'm a drug dealer.
Sometime later, a family had to temporarily move out of their home due to renovations, so they checked into the Chateau Marmont. Due to issues with the renovation, they ended up staying there for over a year. During this time, late at night, they would hear their young son alone in his room, laughing and giggling to himself.
How does a couple days go to a year?
I don't know. Don't know.
At first, they thought nothing of it, as the child is very outgoing and playful by nature. When they finally did ask what he was laughing at, the child would only say, "The funny man." So one night when the woman was talking to her friend about all this, her friend mentioned that John Belushi had died in the chateau, and that there were many reports of his spirit still roaming the grounds. Her friend did a quick search online and asked if they were staying in Bungalow Number 3. She said yes. Apparently the family had been living in the same bungalow that John had died in. Some initial thoughts were to take pictures of various actors and show them to the child to see if he could recognize the funny man. But according to the mother, this never came to fruition. A few days later, the boy began to complain that he wasn't sleeping well because of the funny man, who would awaken him and want to play and make him laugh. So one night when the mother of the child was in bed looking at a book about the Chateau Marmont, her son wandered in. He was very interested in what she was looking at, and she...
Like, John, shut up. Stop it. Let him go to sleep. You son of a bitch.
Trying to put the kid to bed. You won't shut up.
Told him it's about the chateau as she turned the pages. There were many photos of various celebrities who have stayed there over its many years. So the kid would ask, "Who is that?" And she said, "Oh, that's an actor who was popular when your grandma was younger." Then she turned the page. The child got very excited, pointing right at a picture of John Belushi and said, "Look, mommy, that's the funny man." And ever since then, John continues to haunt Bungalow Number 3 at the Chateau Marmont.
All right.
Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, to get specific that it has to be John that's doing it. It's always one of those things where it's kind of like, it's kind of a Hollywood lure. And I'm a guy that experiences stuff. but to pin it down to John Belushi having the Chateau Marmont as his favorite place ever, like how about like a childhood place that he loved, or you know what I mean? Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah, where he went on vacation with his family or something when he was 10 or 11.
Yeah,
right.
Something that has some sort of sentimental. The chateau has sentimental value to him.
No.
Yeah, I blew my brains out right here with the drugs. What?
There is something inherently spooky about old time Hollywood and the places they used to hang out. It's just maybe it's the fact that it's all in black and white, or I don't know. It's just ooky.
Ooky and spooky, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got this last one, and this is another one that's just talking about notorious haunted places, and then okay, where they're highlighting is where I'm from. Okay. Is in Wayne, Michigan. So I was born and raised in Belleville, Michigan, about 15 minutes outside of Ann Arbor, where Michigan plays.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was preteen, my parents thought that going to Livonia Public Schools was better because there were better schools. Yeah, okay. That was the thing. I just thought that the difference between where I was going and where I went is the parents could afford to get the kids out of jail over here and not necessarily over here. Anyway, so this place is a notorious place called Eloise Psychiatric Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been stories since I was a little kid about this place having tunnels underneath that was going from one hospital to another one, because there was an Oakwood hospital that was probably half a mile down, and that there was tunnels that were leading from the psych hospital all the way to the hospital that was on the other side.
Weird.
And when I was in high school, they were like, "Hey, you want to go to the tunnels?" And I'm like, "Hell no, I go to the tunnels."
No.
Hell to the no, I'm not going there. So I remember hearing about it when I was in high school, and this place has a pretty interesting past. So I don't want to talk about all of it, in just in case they talk about some of it in here, but then I can kind of talk a little bit about it as well.
Okay.
The old school phone. That's crazy.
Mm.
The Detroit map is behind it. I think it's old.
The location we're exploring today is the Eloise Psychiatric Hospital. The hospital holds rich history dating way back to the early 1800s. Although the complex had been repurposed only a few years ago, it stopped functioning as a hospital in 1986. At its prime, the complex consisted of almost 80 different buildings.
I wouldn't want to go in the damn elevator. Use the stairs. Hell no. So just to basically give you a little quick information, I don't know if they're going to go into it. I'm assuming they will, but basically it was a psychiatric hospital, and there was reports that they were abusing the people that were going there, and so there was a lot of lawsuits. There was a lot of craziness as far as trying to close this place down because there was reports that you could hear people screaming and yelling. Like the neighbors were reporting screaming and yelling. And then it was converted over to a tuberculosis hospital back when TB was really big. So it switched over to a tuberculosis hospital. And then there was super famous people that ended up going to this hospital in Michigan because they were either broke or they were crazy or one thing or the other. So, yeah, we'll go on a little bit more. Welcome back.
Besides the main hospital and infirmary, Eloise had its own police and fire department, railroad system, and even a functioning bakery. Only 4 of the almost 80 historic buildings stand during the making of this Explorer.
Cigarette lighter? Yes, these don't look like the actual quarters. They almost look like storage area. Warehouse to hold shit.
I like to just grab a few pieces. I don't need to look at this.
So far, it's not really going too much into the history. Hopefully, they do. But so some of the people that were at the hospital there's an old inventor that was originally from Canada, and he went across the bridge to Detroit and lived in Detroit. His name was Elijah McCoy. He's touted to basically invent putting rubber on tires. He invented the oil. They call it an oil can for locomotives. So because they would have to go on the locomotive and then stop and oil all the gears and then start again. Well, his device basically oiled it as they went. So he's got all kinds of inventions and all kinds of patents that he got kind of screwed over on. He ended up being an inmate here because he basically went crazy because he had dementia and all kinds of other stuff. So one of the greatest inventors of all time literally was at this place. Another person was you ever heard the song Lonely Teardrop? He died broke and crazy, and he was also another inmate that was at this place because it was a place that he lost his mind. He was doing drugs and all kinds of stuff, and his body is buried across the street. He died broke, and Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson bought his headstone and buried him across the street from the hospital. So the guy that sung Lonely Teardrops is buried in Wayne, Michigan, across from the psych hospital. I don't hear you. I think you might be muted.
A measles would about vaccine for kids back in the day.
My back? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear ya. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, what the fuck?
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say that was nice of Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson to do that.
Yeah, yeah, pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. All that stuff just forgot.
Yeah,
like it
pretty
all
crazy.
It all meant something to somebody. That somebody's gone, so it doesn't mean anything. Stuff.
Kilns right here. Kilns right here.
Okay. I guess nobody paid attention to that sign. It's a mess.
Yeah, so that Elijah McCoy, born May 2nd, 1844, in Ontario, Canada. Education is trained in mechanical engineering in Scotland. Career worked as a fireman and oiler at the Michigan Central Railroad. Faced racial discrimination, limiting him to menial jobs despite qualifications. That's kind of being hyperbolic. He literally had patents for stuff that we use today, and they always try to put the race card into it. He wouldn't even, if it was a race thing, like he wouldn't even have got his foot in the door. Like he blew the door down. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like,
but maybe the white man stole his patents. I mean, seriously, could be.
Maybe Ford Motor Company, if I had to guess.
Yeah, like we're not giving this black guy any money. Fuck that. We'll just take it.
One of his patents was the 1872, the automatic oil cup, a drip cup for continuously lubricating the system engineer parts of the locomotive trains. So yeah, the guy literally invented. He's the one, like I said, he's the one that came up with putting tires, rubber on tires.
Genius.
Genius, and he
I don't
literally
believe it,
died in that
but
shithole that we're watching.
Well, I don't know,
Pretty
man.
crazy.
Life's a crapshoot, Derek. You never know how it's going to end up. So.
Yeah.
Never know.
That's an old security system.
I know. They're going to call you, Derek, to fix it.
Yeah, no shit. You'd be surprised. Sometimes I walk into some of those old buildings, and yeah, they have those.
There's some crazy black inventor banging on my window, Derek. Can you please reset my alarm system?
The singer that I was trying to come up with, Jackie Wilson. He's the one that did Lonely Teardrop.
Yep. I gotta go visit my mom.
Oh, and the other song he did, "You Keep Me Higher and Higher, Higher." Yeah, that was also Jackie Wilson.
Nice, Derek. Nailed
Another
it.
one that literally died in this shithole right here. Like crazy, penniless.
It's depressing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Montgomery Clift, Marilyn Monroe. They all died in weird ways. These guys here wound up broke and penniless, stuck in a home. I don't know that there's a good way to die, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I guess, and we could talk about this a little bit. I always maybe some grace, a little bit of people not shitting on somebody and actually taking the time to get to know somebody. Could you imagine being in this place? Maybe you're having some mental issues, or you're in this hospital for TB because they switched it over to a tuberculosis hospital.
Sure.
Like after it was closed as a psych place.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine being there for TB for 6 months or something, and you run into something like a Jackie Wilson or Elijah McCoy or whatever, and it's just like some of these people that made impacts that we, Elijah McCoy, we use stuff that he invented today. It's wild to me.
Yeah, that would be weird, but everybody's had an impact on certain people at some point in time. I don't think Jackie Wilson's any more important than me or you, really. But yeah, it would be weird to run into them.
I mean, the ending of Ghostbusters would have never been the same without Jackie Wilson's contribution.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
And what did that get him?
Yeah. Whole lot of nothing.
At least Stevie and Michael cared enough about him to do something.
Yeah.
This video is spookier than any of the other videos you've shared.
It is kind of spooky. Just kind of a blast from the past.
Yeah, because I can see like people in the past in this area where it was all fixed up and doing things. And it's just, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Kind of wild, huh?
Yep.
There's multiple videos of that, but I'm like, well, we'll just do the first one. But he didn't really go into too much of the history. I wish he would have. So this is sort of like, okay, this is Eloise Asylum. This is the actual, well, they do events and historical tours and stuff with it.
Do you think that's disrespectful to the people who were, in those places? Like now it's like a fucking amusement park?
I don't know. Maybe. I feel for the people like I said, famous people or inventors that were literally the end of their life there.
Yeah.
So it says our history, paranormal entwined with the creation of unforgettable experience. Eloise Asylum has become a renowned destination for those seeking thrills, chills, and glimpses. Established in 1839, Eloise Asylum was initially built as a psychotic hospital for the mentally ill. Over the years, it evolved into a complex encompassing various medical facilities, including tuberculosis and a poorhouse. The asylum's history is filled with tales on compassion, tragedy, and mystery, making it a fascinating place to explore.
I guess my issue, I'm just ballparking, spitballing here, but people are only remembering the ends of these people's lives.
Yeah.
And monetizing it. Like the rest of their life didn't matter.
I feel the same way. Like
Jackie Wilson may have had a daughter or a son or women he loved or other songs he sang. Like he probably, but the only thing you wind up with is, well, he went bonkers, wound up in an asylum. There, but for the grace of God, go I. By the way, I could wind up in a mental. Nobody will remember anything I did. And and to charge or have a website or trying to monetize the end of these people is just kind of ghoulish to me.
That's kind of good. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember when I was in high school, like it was a place that was just like, you're gonna go, and like, hell no, I ain't going.
No.
And it had nothing. They didn't monetize it. It was literally a creepy place that was a psych ward that I'm like, I'm not going anywhere near that damn place. Hell no.
Yeah, but you were young and whatever. If I was a teenager, I'd probably do wacky shit, go visit crazy stuff. But you get older and you're like, gosh, these people, like, look back on your life, Derek, all the things you've done, all the people you've met and known and been important to. And then in the end, people are charging $5 a ticket to go see. I don't know, man. It just seems
that's kind of messed up, right?
It seems disrespectful to the dead.
Okay, let me share this right here. Okay, was a massive self-contained complex in Westline, Michigan, adjacent to Wayne, Michigan, and a part of a border of Wayne County. It's right on Michigan Avenue, between Inkster and Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
So the surrounding areas, including Wayne residents, the site spanned 902 acres along Michigan Avenue between Henry Ruff and Merriman Road, and operated from 1839 until the mid-1980s. At its peak during the Great Depression, it housed 10,000 patients, staff, and functionally like an independent town within its own farm, bakery, cannery, police department, post office, railroad depot, and even its own zip code, 48141. Wow. Brief history from 1830 to 1910s. Founded Wayne County Poorhouse and Farm to care for the it expanded into asylum for a mentally ill and sanitarium of tuberculosis patients by 1913. It was officially named Eloise after Eloise Dickerson Davcock, daughter of Detroit postman. A photo of her as a child hung in the lobby and named Eloise Hospital was adapted in 1911. That would have been creepy to have like an old picture of a little girl like, ah,
yeah,
walking
yeah.
the door.
Yep.
That'd be a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to kind of get a list of like the famous the people that were there, but it's really not saying much.
Yep.
Yep, not saying much.
Well, I'm officially spooked out. You spooked me out, Derek, on
you're
this
spooked
Halloween
out?
show. I am. I'm like bummed out now. Like all these people. Just you do so much in life every day, and in the end, you're just a guy who went bonkers in a loony bin, and people charge tickets to come in and try to talk to your fucking ghost.
And I think that's why me and you get along so well, is because we have appreciation. Like I call myself a professional appreciator because there's a lot of stuff that I appreciate that most people could give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I made a comment one time to my stepmom. I think it was my stepmom, and I was like, "Yeah, some of the like I went to one of those old school Hollywood cemeteries where bunch of the celebrities, old fashioned celebrities." And then there was a part where there was like a mausoleum where there was a crematory where they had like plaques on the wall of people that were cremated there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was like a back room that just had all of them just kind of thrown back there as far as like some people's ashes.
Yeah.
And I'd seen a video on that, and I'm just like, some of the creators of Hollywood as we see it right now are in some back room, like in a corner covered up in dust. And it's just like, is that how we treat people? Like, even in death, you would think that somebody would have some respect for the contributions that somebody made, not stick them in a room with a bunch of dust.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't know. That's a good. I mean, I wouldn't care because I'll be dead, and I'm not.
I understand we'd be dead.
I'm not an afterlife guy, so I'm like, whatever. Who cares? But I would hope people would have positive memories, at least, and remember some things.
Yeah.
I did, other than how I died and the pain in the ass it was to pay for me to get burnt up in a crematorium.
And I know some of those legally they have to be there because it was in their will that they were cremated there and stored there.
Yep.
So it's like the whole thing in general is kind of weird. But I just thought it was weird that some of the creators of Hollywood as we know it are in a freaking back of a closet somewhere with a bunch of dust and shit on it. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, the obsession with death and the afterlife is a little weird to me, whether it be, no offense, ghost hunting, things like that, or channels completely devoted to murders and serial killers and rapists and stuff. It's just odd. Like, when you're alive, why would you want to focus on that?
Yeah. I mean, I like listening to some true crime podcasts and stuff.
That's not my...
It's not your bag?
No, I don't like.
But like I ebb and flow with people. it. Like I'll listen to it for a while and then I won't listen to it for a while. Like I used to listen to one called what was it? Something Garage, True Crime Garage, and it was two guys in Ohio that started a podcast years ago and sort of just kind of blew it up. And they talk about true crime cases and stuff. But I haven't listened to them in a couple of years, so it's like one of those ebb and flow type things, you know?
Yeah, see, I guess I never got it because like my recent ex-wife, second one, she watched that shit all the time, like nonstop investigation, discovery, and I would go, how can you, like, why would you go? Well, it's time to relax. Let's go watch a 6-year-old get kidnapped and raped. It's just, it's bizarre to me. I'm not judging, but I just don't get it. Like I would rather.
Do you think it's the puzzle? They enjoy the puzzle of watching those type of shows?
Yes, that's what my wife told me. She goes, I just like to figure it out.
Yeah.
And she also said, and to find a way to avoid it. I'm like, okay, well, that's a little bit much because that leads into, and I think women fall into this a lot. They'll watch something on TV like a news report, and they'll see somebody was kidnapped, and they think that means if they leave the house, they're getting kidnapped. And I kept having to tell her, I'm like, it's called mathematics. It's 1 in a million shot. You're more likely to get hit by lightning than you are to get kidnapped walking. Like, don't.
And number two, stop watching the true crime stuff because it's wigging you out.
You can't stop it. They're fucking. They're and they're. I just don't get it. Like I would. Whatever. Everybody likes what they like.
Yeah.
I prefer to listen to people living their lives and creating things as opposed to looking back on how they were kidnapped and killed. But
yeah,
that's me.
Have a little positive vibe to it, a little optimism.
Well, maybe because I'm like petrified of dying. That may be it. Like my dad. Here's a little personal story. You told personal stuff, but your my dad died alone in an apartment, drunk, and nobody found him for 6 days. And this is a man who did 3 tours in Vietnam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I went to Arlington Cemetery for his burial, and they did the 21 gun salute and folded the flag up, I was like, at least I was here to do this.
Yeah.
For him. And I looked around at all the other tombstones in Arlington, and like, all these people had lives. All these people had wives, kids, brothers, sisters. And each tombstone represents a story, not just the end.
True.
Not just that they were killed by the Viet Cong or died drunk in an apartment. Not, you know what I mean? And I try to, I think out of respect for people in general and humans, I try to think that way and not focus so much on the end.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know. Did I just bring this whole show down? I'm sorry.
No, we've been talking about ghosts and goblins all day.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we did this type of show for our Halloween show, because it was like I've got so many of those experiences. I wanted to save it for like a Halloween type show.
Yeah,
because it's just like next week, next Sunday, we're going to go on to something else. So I thought it was a good show.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. I learned a lot of stuff. And
yeah, something a little different. And we talk about music and Hollywood and music and movies, and every time it goes right back into the same thing.
And I would say, also in the end, you didn't really stump Julio today. I got 5.5 points.
That's true.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
You're about 55%. You batted.
Hey, that's good. Not bad.
A D minus, but you'll take that damn D minus.
Hey, batting 500 in the major leagues, that you're a Hall of Famer.
There you go. You are a Hall of Famer in the major leagues.
That's right.
So, but thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody for watching. And I'm probably going to they'll probably strike me for the song at the beginning of the show, but that's the only thing I can anticipate them doing, unless one of the stupid videos use some sort of backing track that is copyrightable.
Man,
so,
well, you will have Musician of the Week and Dum Dum of the Week on Thursday, right?
Yes, we will.
I did miss those bits tonight,
yeah.
so I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I
to
wanted to make it a Halloween type show, so it's like, okay, we're not going to do that, and then come Thursday, we're going right back into it.
Nice.
And I enjoyed our the Julio segment, so we're going to definitely do more of that.
Hey, please, yeah, make a fool out of Julio every show. That's a good idea.
Well, if we do a stump me, then you'll have to come up with a bumper, and we'll have to make a bumper for it then. I just thought it would be interesting because
I will get right on that.
You watch movies, but you're not enthralled like I am. Correct. So it's interesting to see if you remember some of the stuff that you watched or something like that. So that's why I was like, it'd be interesting just to have little things so that I can either try to stump you or something that you actually know.
Well, I'm proud of how I did tonight. I'm happy. I'll laugh it up. I'm good with it.
Because I know songs, but I don't know a lot of bands' names. I can go by like, oh, I remember that song, but to tell you the name of the band. So you might want to do like a music type thing with me, because I'm going to probably miss a lot.
That'll be a fun project. I will get on that, and we'll do that within the coming weeks.
So, all right, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you guys on Thursday. We're going to do news and current events and all the wackiness of Musician of the Week and Dum Dum of the Week.
Yep.
All right, later, guys.
See you Thursday, Derek. Thank you.
Bye.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll